What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, people? Bring the hate. Bring the hate. What's up? What's up? Kate, good to see you in here. Hold on, let me, That's all right. I guess I don't need to make you a moderator or anything like that. Well, I'll just handle these weirdos. Tim, what's up? Why not Meg? Why eye color? I don't know. People say it's green. Probably Hazel. What's up? Yeah, check out my recent vid, bro. What's up, mate? Thoughts on women who rewait for marriage? It's fair. Why not? I mean, if you, like, everyone can change, right? That's the point of the message I've been trying to make recently. Everyone can change. So if you saw that you've done bad in the past and you want to be a different person going forward, that's awesome. Hey, by the way, convict means convicted. There's no conviction or anything, buddy. What is cooking, y'all? I'm his roommate. That's why I changed my profile picture to him. Oh, they can keep on hating, bro. You're never forgiving me for this. That's very Christ-like. Go check out my recent video. I think you need to see that. Yeah, honestly, those who saw my story and were very appreciative, or who reached out to me, thank you. I'm very appreciative, by the way. There's been so much going on between me and him that I haven't even said a thank you aside from the story I made earlier. So I just want to say thank you for those who reached out to me to check on me. That genuinely means the world. Obviously, he had called the police. Yeah, Mason was so scared for me that he called the police. Like, that's what a good friend does, is reach out. I turned my phone off. I went radio silent. Then I called a hotline, to be honest with you, Catholic hotline. And they were very nice, and it really helped. Because what kind of role model would I be if I did something stupid and gay like that, right? But we're here, still here, and all right, what's up, guys? What's up? I'm not. There's a difference between defending a person versus defending a charge. Defending the person. Jesus surrounded himself with sinners. He just wanted to help others. I just want to help others. It's like, that's the thing. I'm not saying I'm Jesus by any means, but it's like, I just want to be helping others at the end of the day. Honestly, these wow, chat is coming in so fast, I can't even see. Yeah, Jesus forgives. I saw that at least, Kate. Yeah. Wait, I'm not going to say where I live or where it's at. I'm scared of the new virus. Yeah, the new virus is crazy, yo. That's nuts. You guys almost caught me where I was at. I'm not going to tell you where we're at. That's why you can't see anything if I just show the closet. Everyone's changing their profile picture. WW, let's go. That's lit. Yo, I should go on Kick so I can say what I really want to say. Add me on Kick, guys. It's the same ad as here. It doesn't mean I'm going to say any more details about the case. I got to protect my friend, of course. You guys are wild. How's my mental health right now? I appreciate you asking. Listen, now, so many people have made hit pieces on me. Things don't even matter anymore. It's like they've said so much about him, and they've said so much about me. It's just absolutely ridiculous. At this point, if we both get through this, which we are obviously getting through this, we're impervious to all insults. Impervious. Like, insults mean nothing. Online, guys, sometimes you're so online, you're just online all the time to the point where you don't realize that there's an outside world. Online isn't the real world. So people saying this type of crazy stuff, just realize, like, you're the crazy people online. What's wrong with me? Go check out my most recent video if you want to see what's wrong with me. See if you guys agree with it. Yeah, people do need to touch grass, bro. Listen, at the end of the day, who are you to judge, right? Now, I was looking at chat for a sec, see if there's anything interesting. Who are you to judge? Everyone has their own problems they've had in their life, or they've done something wrong. And if you lived a perfect life, that's amazing. But no one really lives a perfect life but God, right? So everyone's done something wrong at some point in their life. It's a gradation of things now. Not everything is black and white. You can't just say, he did this, so therefore that. No, not in the real world. 1 point da 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 plus 1 point da 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 equals some crazy decimal. 1 plus 1 doesn't equal 2 in the real world, because there's context to everything and there's gradations to everything, right? So when you understand context and gradations to everything, then you start realizing, oh shit, not everything's black and white. And therefore, maybe I can think independently from other people. But a lot of you people are just following this sheep mindset. Oh my God, I saw what this guy said online. Well, did you guys know that JiDion had said that there's been he was looking at thousands of things? How come he doesn't have thousands of accounts? That's what I'll say about the case. That's the one thing I wanted to say. I'm here to help him. Listen, I built an anti-corn app because I was personally affected by it. My cousin was in corn, and then she offed herself. So I know what it's like. I've literally been on the extreme other end of the spectrum. So I'm just trying to help a young man that may have a problem with that. And I'm saying may, because I don't know. But if he has that problem, then I'm here to help him for it. Like, right? Like, why spread hate online? What's the point? Who are you helping? Who are you helping in your life? How are you becoming a better person by spreading hate online? Right? Think at the end of the day, did I make this world a better place by what I did today? And I'm not saying I'm better than you or I know more than you. I'm just trying to make you guys think by saying all this stuff. Maybe you should end the day making the world a better place than how it started. Because each day, like, let's be honest, guys, we've seen there's more and more of Satan in the world. So any way you can, any chance, like, you don't even have to be Catholic, you don't even have to be Christian. You could at least still think the same morally as me right now, right? Why not make the world a better place than how you started the day? Okay, guys, hold on. One thing I will say, like, let's not say Hullo is our God, right? He's my friend. He's my roommate. He's just like everyone else. I'm just like everyone else. No one is God but God. Let's not mock that. That's the one thing I'll say. At least respect that, guys. That's wild. Listen, it's so funny when they say, did you guys watch stuff together? Yet again, I built an anti-corn app because I want to help people not watch it. I don't watch corn. My story's crazy. I found out that my cousin was a corn star when I was 12 years old. And since then, I haven't watched corn. I don't need to watch it. That's just not satisfying to me. But that doesn't mean I needed to be someone who was an addict to help someone who may have a problem. Yet again, hope that makes sense. Oh, it's another really good one. Did it feel good when I got raped? Like, you haters. So you're saying because I defend someone who allegedly did something that I deserve to get raped. Tell me how that makes sense. Morally, tell me how that makes sense. Anyways, I don't know. Chat's coming in so quick, I can't even tell. I just want to say, who are you to judge? That's my message throughout this. Go check out my most recent video, what I just posted about the situation. Definitely be going live tomorrow night too. It's just been a busy day. A lot of things going on, obviously. And thank you for the guys who checked in on me to see how I was doing. Mason checked in on me first, I guess. He called the cops on me like a good kid would do, like a good roommate, like a good brother. He's a good man. It's only your preconceived worldview where you can't change that. You can't even conceive the possibility that he's a good person. Because you already saw one clip or something, and it's like, oh shit, he's this, and that's it. And it's like, that's a one-track mind. That's a sign of low intelligence. You know what's a sign of high intelligence? Is adapting your viewpoints to changes in information. Yeah, and once you, like I said, once you understand context and gradation of things, and being able to change your viewpoints, like, realistically, the majority of people, I don't know what's over my mouth, the majority of people are going to fall as sheep into like leftist or right winger, right? Like, let's be honest. Sorry, all you out there. Majority of y'all are like that because y'all are crazy. It's the true thinkers who don't just stick on one side of one thing, and they know how to just, you see things reasonably and from the middle, or as best to the middle that you can, because nothing's ever to one extreme. When is something ever to one extreme? It isn't. If that makes sense. Guess I'm just spitting facts here. Oh, I'm sick. Maybe you should watch my most recent video before you judge me. Jeff, thanks for the gift, by the way. For those who think that someone is beyond redeeming, like, I gotta ask you, do you think you're better than God? All right, yeah. To those who said you're better than God, y'all are lost. Like, not better than God. Why is he my profile picture? Because I think it's, well, one, for support, right? And it's like, come on, bring on the hate, bring on the heat. I'm gonna sound reasonable at the end of the day. You're gonna sound like the crazy person with what you have to say to me. All I have to do is just make a video and just point to the insults. It's like, all because I said give someone the grace like Jesus would. Who sounds crazier? Someone wishing me to get raped? Someone's in my DMs, multiple guys, by the way, in my DMs saying, I'm going to grape you until you bleed. Well, first of all, that's gay as fuck. You're gay as fuck for that. And then second of all, that's morally, do you realize the irony behind what you're saying? It's like, that's nuts. I hope you guys like that one. Yeah, this is fucking crazy. I'm just waiting for someone. Like, I've seen every single death insult possible. There's so many ways apparently I can get killed by these people without realizing, maybe you should stop and think about what I'm trying to say. The message I'm trying to spread at the end of the day is the same one that Jesus is trying to spread. I'm not saying that I'm Jesus or anywhere close to that, but I've been through so much in my life to the point where I realized, like, it's really shaped my perspective on things. And I've been through so much where it's like, you do calm down. You do realize a lot of things. You do realize a lot about human nature. Excuse me. Now, did I slip the other day? Yeah, for sure. I was weak in the head, and I slipped, and I made a stupid story. And I was gonna not just, I didn't just make a stupid story. I literally turned off my phone, which I never do. I'm addicted to the damn phone. And then used another phone because I was ashamed to call a Catholic unaliving hotline. Just to be frank with y'all. And you know what? That really helped me because the guy who answered was awesome. And he was older and he didn't even understand TikTok. And he said, you know what? I think you should go on YouTube and start expressing yourself further with longer pieces of content. I'm just going to keep on pushing the same messages of morality and shit. I'm not perfect or anything like that. And by no means am I trying to like say that I'm perfect. And I do a bunch wrong in my life. But at least if I'm pushing a good message, come on. Who's in here that's a hater? What's up? What's up, my haters? Dean Withers? Is Dean Withers actually in here? Is that... Get Dean Withers in here. If you get Dean Withers in here, go ahead. Someone is Dean actually wanting to talk? If he wants to talk, come on. Where's he at? Oh, that's nuts. All right, yeah. I guess requested, bro, because I wasn't looking. I don't know what you're gonna say back, dude. I don't think, like, no offense, you may be a good debater or something, but you don't know that I graduated 5th in my law school, and I'm actually like I'm kind of decent at debating too, buddy. Hold on. All right, someone send me his ad. Oh, there it is. All right, hold on. Damn it. How do I let him in? Okay, I'm purposely not trying to take a while, bro. I just genuinely don't do this often. I'm not pretending not how to do it. Yo, just someone how like. I'm not scared. Otherwise, I would just or turn off the live if I were scared. It looks like a person, likely with a number on it. I don't understand why. Let me see if I can. Can I just? If I follow and then accept quest.
Hello.
What's going on, bro? Sorry, I had to follow you first so I could see that.
Okay, yeah. Well, I appreciate you for accepting me. I honestly didn't think you were going to. This was a bit spontaneous of me, but happy to be here. Listen,
I
dude.
appreciate it, bro. I've seen you before online and stuff, and you have good reasoning skills. Look, I'm someone who does. I'm not just like people say that I'm a right winger and stuff, but no, you have good points you make.
Listen, bruh. Came up here because I think it's an imperative that you, as well as everybody else, understands. You especially, since you happen to have a larger platform and you know Hullo personally, that there are certain things that humans will sometimes do that are merely and just simply indefensible. And then when we respond to those things that person will do by attempting to downplay the wrongness or by defending that person, we ourselves then become an incredibly bad person. Right? Like, for instance, if someone were to...
Do you want to be split screen as opposed to small square?
You could put me however you want. I mean, I don't care if what orientation you got me in. It's okay. But my point is that if someone were to come out tomorrow and say that, well, even though Hitler did the Holocaust, I'm a Christian and everybody deserves forgiveness, right? Like, I'm going to look at that person like they're insane. I'm not going to look at that person like they're right in the head. Very similarly, if you, right, were to come out and say, I'm a Christian, all sins are equal, everybody's deserving of forgiveness. I understand this guy jacked off to naked 12-year-old girls, but like, come on, guys. Like, that's not a good response. Not only do I think that makes you a bad person, but what does that like tell the impressionable youth followers of yours? You know, maybe what that tells the impressionable youth followers of yours is that they themselves could maybe get away with jacking off to child pornography and then still be accepted in society because everyone sins and we need to forgive everyone, which would then just lead to more exploited children.
I never there by the messages that I've been putting out there. There's no implication that accountability is not a thing. I've never done that once, bro. But are you a believer yourself?
I'm agnostic when it comes to Christianity, but I spend a lot of my time researching it. And I'm just not led to believe that Jesus would ever approve of me, you, or anybody watching this stream running frontline defense for a pedophile.
Not that. Do you believe that is this? You're a smart dude. There's there's not just black and white in this world. There's a gradation and context to everything. Do you agree?
Yes, I think that exists.
All right. And people, go check out my most recent video. That's where I'm saying that if you agree that nuance exists, then don't you believe that there's a difference between, like, not only how I put out my messages based on this situation? I've never said this is like I've never said the things that you like are saying that I implied through my content.
Okay. The first thing that I'll say here in response is, although that I agree that nuance exists, I don't think that everything is complicated. The second thing I'll say is, out of the things that aren't complicated, this is one of the most obvious non-complicated things. When a man is exposed for jacking his shit to children, society should turn around and disavow that man, advocate for him to be sent to jail, or even worse. What we should not do is stand by that man, run defense. I understand you're saying that's not what you were doing, but when you say, well, everybody's a sinner, well, people make mistakes, people can change,
Why is
it
JiDion?
definitely does amount to defense. Like, how about you just clear up the air? What is your position on Hullo?
Why is JiDion's story the only thing that you believe?
Why is JiDion's story the only thing that I believe? I actually am not citing JiDion's story when I'm coming to the conclusion that Hullo's a pedophile. I'm citing Hullo's own admission of guilt. He said on camera verbatim that yes, I do have CP, and yes, I have jacked my shit to 12.
It's not about what was said on a camera on social media, bro. Did you see the 15 charges? Did you see what they're about?
Yes, for the acquisition, viewership, or sale of child pornography. Yes.
Okay. So you could obviously see viewership was part of them. How come like JiDion said, how come there weren't thousands? How come there's only 15?
Well, first and foremost, I don't care if you've only jacked off the child porn one time or 1,000 times. You're just as deplorable. Second of all, sometimes prosecutorial teams will press charges rather hastily on public icons such as Hullo in circumstances where they want to get it across the board that nobody's above the law, and then they'll take time for a deeper dive in the investigation to press additional charges on top.
Listen.
So it's actually quite possible that he's going to be getting more charges.
Okay, that's your speculation and stuff like that, but it's also possible that that's the extent of everything.
Well, isn't 15 charges for CP enough?
For sure. I'm not saying that it is or isn't, but yet again.
And that's the problem. You won't say it's enough. You just said, and I quote, I'm not saying it is or isn't. That's a problem.
I created an app to go against the watching of, I guess I'll have to say, I'll say corn on here. I literally am very anti-corn. don't you think that I can offer an extension of a helping hand to a brother in Christ who has fallen, who's just 18, who needs to learn more about becoming a man, who messed up? Like, come on, bro. Everyone can be redeemed. And if you're saying someone can't be redeemed, then you're claiming that you're better than God, or that you know better than God. But if you're, I guess, agnostic and stuff, that's obviously a different story. We have to find a moral ground to argue from. But you can't say that I can't, like, I'm, or you have to condemn this. Of course, I condemn sin. I condemn acts that are sins that are crimes as well. But there's a difference, bro, in condemning an act, extending compassion, and also wanting to help someone who is someone who has a lot of potential, who's just 18, who is facing a lot of hate. The whole world could turn on him, and he could want to have feelings of offing himself. There's compassion for the other human being as well. Of course, listen. I don't even think that. Like, I think the people who film that shit are sick. The people who film the stuff, that's sick. I think we can at least agree there. I wish it were banned. I wish it totally didn't exist. I bet we could agree on that point, Dean.
Well, child pornography is banned. It's illegal. Now, here's what I'll say in response. You said, well, is everybody beneath redemption? Is there anybody who's beneath redemption? Is it wrong to want to extend a helping hand? So, me personally, I do not think that redemption should even be a part of the conversation for a man who is yet to serve 2 nights in jail for jacking it to minors. I don't even think that should be a part of the conversation. Okay, I think that the very first thought that's on my head.
That's morally crazier than someone committing murder.
What's that?
Are you saying this in gravity of how morally wrong this is? You're saying that this act of viewing something is worse than murder, and that the person is irredeemable beyond the point of a murderer.
So what I'll tell you is I think that engaging in the action of consumption of child pornography absolutely exists in the same realm of grave immorality such as murder, because not only do we have the unique immorality, okay, of the action of the consumption of the CP to begin with, but then we also have the fact that that is what props up the ecosystem that then leads to the creation of child pornography, CSAM. Like, why do you think people are continue to create these videos and distribute them across the internet of them violating young children's lives and raping them? Okay, it's not just because they're sick pedophiles, but more so because they're sick pedophiles who want money. And when we have instances of people such as Hullo who act as a pawn in this larger industry of the billions of dollars that are transferred in between the creators of CSAM and pedophiles such as Hullo, then we are actively propping up the industry that leads to the exploitation of these children in the first place. It is absolutely a grave immorality to possess child porn, to engage in the creation of child porn, or to jerk off to child porn, because it props up an environment where children are exploited. All right, on top of just being gross as shit. Now, the second thing that I want to say here is if we want to extend the helping hand to anybody, okay, it shouldn't be the pedophile, it should be the prey. Like, why aren't you on here using your platform to advocate for the rights of these children who are abused? Like, why aren't you on here advocating against the predators that create this content? The first place your mind goes should not to be to want to help the people who are consuming the content.
You're not even wanting to listen, bro. You're not even wanting to listen. You're trying
That's the guy who's cutting me off.
You're trying to split it into black and white, yes or no. Two things can be true at once. You can extend a helping hand to the poor child, and you can extend a helping hand to the consumer. I didn't say extend a helping hand to the distributor, did I? There's multiple people at play here. And you're acting as if there's only one party.
I thought no one was above redemption. Why wouldn't you extend a helping hand to the distributor?
I'm saying by your logic, if you want to stop there, then stop there.
Well, I mean, according to your logic, we shouldn't, right? We should offer redemption and a helping hand to Hullo. We should offer redemption and a helping hand to the person who sold it to Hullo. We should offer redemption and a helping hand to the person who raped the child in the first place, right? Answer me this question. Answer me this question. If Hullo actually raped a child himself, would you be offering a helping hand?
Well, that's a difference. No.
You won it. Okay, so what that tells me is that earlier when you were suggesting that because you're a Christian, you think everybody is worth redeeming, that was bullshit. Because we've just identified. Just let me finish.
No,
Because we've just identified at least
you're
one
trying to trap
person.
me. No, bro, listen, it's my live. You're trying to trap me. Because I'll qualify my answer if you let me qualify my answer. Because I wouldn't help out because I'm not the person to be, I don't know, I guess he's still here. I'm not the person qualified to do that.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just picking up my order. Go ahead. I'm listening. I'll respond.
Because listen, it's just like I talked against the EP files, for example. All right. So when I talked against the EP files, obviously, like I said, there's a gradation to everything. Fully condemn that stuff. And of course, someone should try to help them. But I'm not going to be the person to help someone who I've known done such a crazy act like that. Like, that's ridiculous. But I know I can help a brother who has fallen, who is just by consumption or viewer of it. Like, I can't help out the person who's making those gross acts that we've talked about. At least I don't feel qualified to do. So why would I do that?
I got my food. I'm back. By the way, I think that JiDion might be in the guest requests. If he is, you could bring him up the same way that you brought me up. But listen, man, I think that what I'm trying to say here is, listen, I agree that there are wrong things that you could do where you are redeemable. There are bad things that you could do where you shouldn't just be ostracized by society. But this is not one of them. This is those wrong things that when people do it, they should be ostracized by society. Not only because a morally virtuous person wants to punish the consumers of child pornography, but also because it's an imperative for the safety of society, right? Like, the reason why people like Hullo deserve to be punished and don't deserve that helping hand is because if we were to give them that helping hand, well, then we are making the blowback for doing this easier. And when we're not punishing this as hard as we could be, when we're saying that you're redeemable, when we're giving that helping hand, well, then all of a sudden people aren't as scared of the consequence of going to jail and being ostracized by everybody. So then they inevitably turn into, we have more child abusers. Like we should never start a dialogue about pedophiles with how do we help them when we know that they're engaging in these gruesome violent acts such as the consumption of child pornography, because quite frankly we would be better off without them.
Better off without them? Then that's a judgment that you're saying that you're greater than God to make, bro. That's ridiculous. You're acting like you're like some moral soapbox. It's just wild, bro. You can't just say all that. I can agree with the stuff that you're saying about condemning the behaviors of these people, and these are just gross acts. But at the same time, you can still realize that there's also the possibility, an alternate option, to want to help, and not just want to help them, but help the victims, like you said, and then help anyone involved. But people fractionate things and divide to drive a certain narrative that they only want to drive. Well, how about all the things can be possible at once? You can still promote love, and you can still promote good teachings and good values, is what I'm trying to do with my post and shit. And by supporting him. I'm not saying I'm better than anyone, but you are making the judgment like you're better than other people and saying that who should be, who shouldn't on earth. That's ridiculous.
Okay, so yes, I am indeed making the judgment that I am better than a pedophile who jerks off to child pornography. But if you have a confliction, okay, with that sentiment due to your theology, well, at the bare minimum, you can choose to not align yourselves with pedophiles who jerk off to child pornography. You don't have to choose to be that helping hand.
Wanting to help someone doesn't align myself with the same thing, bro. You also realize that that's a possibility too. People can say L, host L, whatever, but you guys don't realize that the world is not just broken up into this specific definitions that people make. These are all man-made definitions to certain things, and you're defining them a certain way when it's like, holy shit, there's more complexity to it than that, bro.
Okay, so what is the complexity that I'm missing? What are you seeing that I'm not? Convince me that it's a good thing to run frontline defense for pedophiles. And by the way, like I said, JiDion might be in the queue. You could bring him up the same way you brought me up. I'm sure that, this would be a really constructive three-way conversation.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys want to grill me. Go ahead. Hold on, let me figure it out. Where are you at, JiDion?
I like I said, I don't know if he's in the queue. I saw him in the live earlier. It's possible that he would have left. But listen, what are you seeing that I'm not? Okay, why? But once again, you said that you wanted to help Hullo, so let's start there.
Hold on, bro. I'm not trying to. I got to multitask here. I got to figure out where this. Like what? I mean, the chat is going so damn fast. I don't even know where JiDion's at.
It's so you won't find him in the chat. You'll see
Yeah,
a
tell me how to
little.
do it then, bro.
You'll see a little icon in the bottom right-hand corner of your phone screen. It's going to look like a blue guy and a pink guy. If you click on that blue guy and the pink guy, it'll open up a separate window where you will be able to see the amount of and like accounts of the people that are requesting to join the live.
Is this him? Or is this a fake account?
I'll tell you. That's him.
Oh, it's me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, JiDion, I know that you've been listening. Listen, I'll just say my piece and pass the mic to him. At the end of the day, I understand that earlier you said that there's nuance to life. I agree. But although I agree that there's nuance to life, some things are very simple, and this is one of them. There's no reason why we should be running frontline defense for predators and pedophiles. I care about my kids more than I care about some 18-year-old who jerked off to my kids, okay? And I think that if you really love them, because the Bible tells you to love thy neighbor, then recognize that in order for him to get right with the world and right with God, he needs to fucking repent. And he is significantly less likely to repent if he has helping hands reaching out, telling him that maybe he's not a bad guy. And I think maybe he should be sitting in jail with some time to think about his actions instead of worrying about a call from his buddy who's going to tell him that he's not that bad of a guy.
All right, Dean. Appreciate you for being here. I don't know if you're out or okay. I didn't know. If
I got more to add on, but you know.
No. Listen, bro. Can I just say this? I know you're like you guys are heated over this and you're pushing your narratives. That's fine.
By the way, people should be heated over this. People should be pissed. People should be pissed at the notion that we as a society are even entertaining the thought of defending a pedophile.
Lower the cortisol. Listen.
We have cortisol for a reason, and this just might be it, okay? Because we should be stressed out over the notion of 20-year-old white boys.
I don't know if I can.
On TikTok
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, I'll
wait. Can I just close on saying, Dean, and then JiDion, you can say whatever you want to say. Dean, I think we would agree on a lot more than you think. You're just pushing, unfortunately, the narrative that's in your head, and you're unwilling to accept that there are alternate possibilities. But I appreciate you saying that there's nuance to life and that there's gradation to things. At least you're intelligent enough to recognize that. But hey, listen, I think you're a smart guy. You need to think on things a little more about acting more righteous than God and making judgment on people.
Mic is yours, JiDion.
What's good, Jeff, man?
What's up? How you doing, JiDion? Good to meet you.
Good to meet you too. How old are you, Jeff?
I don't have to answer certain questions if I don't want to answer certain questions. But if you want to push a narrative, I see where this is going. I was a lawyer, just so you're aware, and I also graduated top 5 in my law school class.
That's a way longer answer than what I asked. If you don't want to answer, you have every right to say you don't want to answer.
Yeah, it's my life. I know where you're going to go with this.
All I asked was how old were you? That's literally all I asked.
Yeah, I know. It's my life. What else you want to talk about?
He's like 22. He's like 22, 23, maybe 21.
Okay. So I'm a little bit older than you. Maybe. So anyway, I mean, this is your life, so you know where it's going. First off, Jeff, I just want to let you know, man, I don't think you're a bad guy, you know. If I thought you were a bad guy, I wouldn't have asked to join this live, come try to talk to you. But you're part of the Looks Maxim community, right? Would you say?
No, but that's all right. I mean, I appreciate you saying that. That means something. But no, I started off my content, to be honest with you. I just want to I'll give some quick context. July 2024 is when I started posting. I posted against the rise of feminism and to help young men because, in my opinion, at that time, I felt like toxic women and that was like rising in the culture. And I've also been personally affected by it. And then in November 2024, I'm just saying all this just hear me out for a sec. November 2024, I started posting because I realized I had over 100,000 followers at that point. I was like, I might as well try to influence the election. So I posted for Trump. And this is what a lot of people like to grill me for. But I posted for Trump. But people can change. And so obviously, fast forward 2025, I posted not just politics, but not just the women content, but then I started posting my own like personal stuff. And I posted my own personal stories, like most recently as of March is when I started coming forward with more of my own personal stuff. But I did post against the EP files. I do post against Trump now. Obviously, I genuinely don't even agree with politics at this point in America. So I've come a long way from my initial viewpoints when I first started posting on this app. And typically to me, and I think you could agree on this one, someone who's able to change viewpoints and perspective is probably going to be decently intelligent. Someone who holds fast to only one particular way, probably not going to be most intelligent. I mean, you could disagree with that, but like, think about it. Why would some person stay on the extremes their whole life of anything? Don't you think so, like taking perspectives from different sides would probably be the best bet?
Yeah, man. That's why we live in America. It's a melting pot. A lot of people. But I wasn't. I mean, I don't know where you thought I was going when I asked you how old you were, but I was just genuinely asking to find out how old you were. Like I think Dean, you're like 22, right? 21. Oh man, youngin. So I'm 25, so I'm may or may not be your guys' elder. Who knows? But I feel like I've been wanting to talk to you actually. Ever since I seen you post it or Mason reposted your story on his. Um, bringing up Christ and stuff. I would want to consider myself a Christian, and this.
Wait, I'm sorry.
this
I'm not trying to cut you off. Just clarify. You said you would or you wouldn't?
I would consider myself a Christian. Not would. I am a Christian. I believe in Christ, my Lord and
Awesome.
Savior, died for my sins, and He will return. So, definitely want to have this conversation with you since you brought God into this, and I do think that this is a thing to bring God into. Now,
Very good.
you said you being there for Him is one thing, right? Now, I know a lot more about this situation than Dean does, so I'm gonna have very specific questions for you because there's multiple things that I'm getting into. So one of those things being you're in the Looks Max community and you see what's happening. What is happening? Out of the hundreds of catches I've ever done, I've never had any catch where we caught a dude buying and doing what he did with CSAM material and a wave of people supporting him, photoshopping his face onto Christ paintings and different things, calling him God, all these different things. Never seen anything like it. And then when I really look into it, this doesn't even seem organic. And I know there's
Could I ask?
powers that be,
I'm not trying
especially.
to. I'm not trying to cut you off. What do you mean by organic in that sense?
I mean that there's a nest for this. There's a nest for this, and it's definitely out of your guys' community. It is a nest for this, and somebody's festering this because it's clear as day. It's the same editing style, the same things being said, floods of comments being dropped. This isn't a normal thing. Never. I've been there with I freaking exposed EDP and way bigger than Mason, all of that, and that still didn't happen. In my opinion, I would say that this is more egregious. But I just wanted to get that out.
So could I just say in response to that, I think what you're saying, and I just want to make sure this is a fair interpretation. That's why I'm asking you. What you're saying is like the Looks Maxing community. What you're implying is the Looks Maxing community seems to be cult-like and how they respond to certain things, and it might seem as if they are downplaying the significance of things. Is that
It's a lot of people in your guys' community that's downplaying the significance of this, but I don't think
JiDion,
everybody downplaying the significance of this is organic, nor do I think they're real. But that's just what I'm seeing. But besides that,
don't you think that the downs, like a lot of people downplay a lot of things? It just depends on your perspective, and like obviously political orient is very significant when it comes to downplaying things. Like,
but let's not. We don't even have to get political.
that's an example. It's just an example.
I feel that. So this is what I wanted to do real quick. So you said you wanted to be there for Mason, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You do realize
Did he confess to you about everything?
I have the right to say yes or no on certain questions.
Oh, okay. Did he confess to you about everything?
I'm gonna pass on any question.
Okay, you're gonna pass on that? Okay, that's fair. Okay. Now, when you were taking him to go do the Kashimi episode or podcast, did
Bro,
Did he already
come on, we
confess to
both
you?
know that's K. Shami. Don't
Hey,
disrespect
Shami,
him
my
like
bad,
that.
my bad. I just found out about him. My bad. Did you know? Did he confess to you going into the K Shami thing?
We weren't going to go on K. Shami for independent reasons.
You posted, and I quote on your story that
Listen,
there's multiple sides to
my
a
one,
story,
yeah, no, my one
and
story just stayed up for. I let it expire for after 24 hours, bro. It's not like I was like, oh, let me make sure it's there, despite what like stuff that just came out. Like for people saying that I was in defense, listen, there's always two sides to a story, and you and I both know just because you capture something on video or social media doesn't mean that it's admissible evidence in court, and doesn't mean someone's guilt
okay,
arises from
you're a
that
lawyer,
evidence.
right? You're a lawyer. You
Yeah.
said okay. Here, you know what? I kind of wanted to beat around the bush, but you know what? F it. Since you want to bring up
Hit
your
me.
law
Yeah,
degree.
hit me, baby.
Since you want to bring up your law degree, here, this is the affidavit, right? So
Affidavit for
after
what? For what, JiDion?
this is like the report. This is the report that the police wrote down and everything.
But,
And
but,
so
but, but is this after? I'm asking you, is this after you said stuff to the
this has
police?
nothing to do about you. Listen,
No,
you're in the
I'm not
clear.
saying about me. I'm not saying about me. I'm asking, is this after you had went to the police, or is this before you went to police?
This is before I even knew about the situation, big dog.
That's why I
Big
was asking.
homie, big homie. This is way before I even knew about the situation. So
that's a
can,
clarification.
can I read it?
Yeah.
Okay. So after his ex had went to the police and everything, they got her statement. It says we responded and went to Mason Hall. Is it Halls? Hughes. We went to Mason's residence after the interview, and Mason answered the door and stated he would speak to me regarding the incident. Mason was read his Miranda warning, so his rights were read. So, like you said, court of law, what is admissible, what's not admissible. So his rights were read, right, Mr. Lawyer? So, okay. He waived and agreed to speak with me. So this is all admissible in court, okay? The following is a summary of the interview and not verbatim. Mason advised he had been using the Telegram application on his cell phone to access child pornography. He stated he recently decided to try something new and sought out a different type of pornography that was taboo. He stated there were at least two separate occasions in which he spent money to be provided with links to access child pornography. When was asked about the age range of the children involved, he stated the children were between the ages of 8 to 15. This is all in the court work. So that's what he stated. Now, this is where this is official. I'm going to read to you guys the videos that were on his phone.
I could just mute you, bro.
Oh, why are you going to mute me?
What's the? This is like cinematic effect, bro. You're fake as shit right now.
I'm fake for reading.
You're calling me fake as shit, dude, because you're presenting a narrative in the fashion that you want to. This is my life. I could do it anytime I want.
Okay, but you're not here protecting a pedophile.
Yeah, I just want to.
But when I read the paperwork, you're going to mute me.
Just come on,
because I know what you're doing. If you're talking to me,
can I add on my 2 cents real quick?
Dean, my name is Jeff.
I want to hear from you, Dean.
Okay.
My name is
So,
Jeff.
Afraid, it seems to be the case that JiDion is practicing an incredibly fair approach right now. He's just literally reading you off the court document. Listen,
it's also my life.
As a lawyer, just give me one moment. Give me one moment. As a lawyer, you should know, right, that everybody deserves due process and their day in court. And guess what? All JiDion is doing is
live.
reading
This
associated
is
court
we're not in
documents
court, bro.
for
We're not
public
in court,
transparency. Do you value FOIA? Do you value FOIA?
Does it look like we're in court, brother?
You value FOIA. You value the
Doesn't look like we're
transparency.
Dude, if I want you, if I say like, hey, get to the point, then get to the point. It's my life.
Okay,
like
my bad. You're right.
Like I'm extending.
Here, let me get to the point. So one of the videos, a 17-second video of a female child between the ages of 8 to 10 years old, on her back with her knees bent down to her elbows, her wrists are tied to her ankles, used a purple colored leather bondage device. The female's private part was exposed and penetrated by an adult male throughout the duration of the video. And that's one of the more tamer videos that was said.
JiDion,
in the paperwork.
Can I say something?
Bro. What's up, man?
you and I both know that unfortunately, like, well, with I guess we don't both know this personally or actually like ourselves, right? But we can imply through intelligence is that if someone were sent some package of some corn or whatever, don't you think it's possible that those corn pages, which have a lot of weird shit on them,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
at least to my knowledge, I haven't seen corn in a long time, but at least to my knowledge,
Bro.
that's probably like an image that's like less than stellar that's run across. It doesn't necessarily mean, oh, it's like, oh, I derived pleasure from looking at this
Oh,
very
dude.
image.
Wait, I want to ask you something. Did you watch the clip I posted on my TikTok?
I'm not watching your control narrative, to be honest with you, because
If he
I know
didn't
my-
derive
Wait, you
pleasure
don't want
from
to, you
child,
don't want to hear your own friend's words? How is your own friend's words our controlled narrative?
so like you like pushing into the apartment and acting like his ex was gonna get boots. Like you genuinely
Get boots? What do you mean get boots?
Oh, you're gonna play like that now, huh?
I mean, how am I playing? I don't know what you mean by get boots.
So you
Oh,
don't
you talking
know
about
that?
like get her stuff?
Yeah.
Well, he gave her. You see, I don't know what all the story he
Then
said,
you
but
don't
we
have to
have to.
surprise him. Then you
Wait,
don't
here,
have
how
to
about this?
push
How about
in.
this, Jeff?
Then you don't have
Jeff,
to do that. You don't have
Jeff,
to.
I can DM you on Instagram and I can send you the full raw
Oh,
2 hour
but you're cutting me
video if
off
you
now
want.
because I'm giving some detail about how you barged
Here,
in.
no, I'll give you guys the complete details. Okay, so
Oh
this is
no,
what
it's
we
kind of
did.
funny, huh?
No. Here,
Reverse Uno, brother. Reverse Uno, brother.
you know what? You're a Christian, right, man?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so why does it seem like you're defending evil right now?
I'm not defending evil. I'm defending him as a person, brother.
Okay,
I'm
so
not
you're defending him
the
as a
act.
person, but when I
I'm
bring up
not
what he
defending the
did,
act.
you interrupt me.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
dude, I'm sorry. Did you just say that you were defending him?
I'm defending him as a person.
Yeah, we
Okay,
should have.
what about the truth?
Hmm?
So, okay, you're defending him as a person, right?
Yeah.
And you said that he's repentant, right? So, what does he have? So, did he do anything wrong?
We'll find out.
We'll find out.
So, you can't even admit right here, right now, if he did. You can't even say yes or no.
Because
What you say won't affect his case whatsoever.
yes, it will. This is gonna get clipped, bro. I'm not stupid.
How
acting
is
like I'm
what you
stupid.
say gonna affect his case?
Evidence is admissible.
Yeah,
in
listen,
various
you
ways.
should know as a lawyer.
So, the
if I-
evidence of a friend talking on a live. So, if a friend
Anything
that
can
didn't
impact
see
it,
anything
bro.
that David did
Hey,
with
I'm
Celeste said,
circumspect.
"Hey, I think David's guilty. I don't have
I'm
any
gonna
proof, but
act
I think he's
circumspect
guilty."
today instead of being loose-lipped.
Okay, I would like to point out here that first and foremost, in the eyes of the law, anything that you'd say on this live, unless you provided evidence for what you say, would be considered hearsay in a courtroom. I would expect you as a lawyer to know this. Secondarily,
Maybe if you
I
listen
find
to
it-
me, Dean. Maybe if you
I
listen
want
to
to
me.
know-
Actually, Dean, I just thought of
said,
something.
I'm
You're a
trying
lawyer,
to be
right?
circumspect.
Have you advised him to sue me for defamation?
JiDion, I'm not gonna say yes. That's all you're asking, bro. You're trying to catch me. It's like so stupid.
No. I'm just asking. Like, did you?
You're a
advise,
funny
like,
guy. You're a good
you're a
personality.
lawyer.
You know
You're
what
a
you're
lawyer.
doing social media wise. Both of you guys are funny guys.
You know what's crazy though?
No wonder why
you
you
were
guys built a
so
following.
close from driving to Pennsylvania to your boy. If you would have got there, you could have protected him. You really, Dean. I don't know if you know this, but he was driving over, and when Mason was letting me go through his phone to see if there was any child pornography, Jeff had texted him and said, "Innocent until proven guilty," and he sent him the flex emoji. If you were only
There's
This
nothing wrong with that
close.
statement. There's nothing.
if you
wrong
had
with that
drove a
statement.
little bit
I have a
faster,
question.
maybe you could have told him, "Hey man,
If
it
you
might
think
not
you're
be in your
going
best
to
interest
incite
to say
emotion
anything."
from me,
Would-
that's wild, bro.
I have a question. Would you have advised him to not let JiDion go through his phone?
I wouldn't have even let the interview happen
But if you don't have anything to hide, why can't you let the interview happen?
because there's there's already stuff said.
Listen.
What was in motion was in motion, bro.
Remember earlier when I
everyone
told
knows
you? Remember earlier that when I told you that you were running frontline defense for pedophiles? I mean, now it's as clear as day, brother. I mean, listen to yourself. You can't even acknowledge that he did anything wrong, even though there's a clip of him in JiDion's Discord saying, and I quote, "I jerked my shit to children." Okay? If you can't acknowledge that it's wrong to jerk your
You
shit
have
to
to
children,
realize that
No,
there's
Dean.
Let me just say this.
Wait,
Both-
don't worry about my clip. 'Cause
Yet
my
again-
clip
yet
isn't
again.
admissible.
My live.
What
my
he
live.
said to the cops, I would
All
think
right,
it's more
listen,
admissible.
you cinematic guys, you very theatrical. It's really funny. Listen, don't you think that it's just best to be quiet about things and maybe that's why things should just be
Yeah, for
like
him.
figured
Well,
out in
if it's
court.
supposed to be best to be quiet about things,
But
why jump to his defense
hold on.
online?
Oh my God. You and I both know, because yet again, it's like there's a difference between, we're working with different things here. You're the TikTok court. Apparently, you're the judge of TikTok court. I'm
No,
not
I
the
get
judge
people
of TikTok.
convicted. You
Okay.
see, this just is with me being involved. This isn't just TikTok
There's
drama.
actual court involved. Let me just otherwise I'm going to mute you. There's actual court involved. There's the act involved. There's many different things at play here that we can judge on different bases. And, what's going to happen charge-wise versus what's going to happen morality-wise versus what's going to happen with this act. Does he have to repent for his act? Yes, and he knows that, and he is repenting, and he reached out to me, and he says he wants to learn about Catholicism thanks to
What
me.
would he have to repent
And
for?
I am so proud to hear that from someone, Dean. Don't cut off when I get to talk about Catholicism now, because I'm genuinely, that's amazing. I want people to come to Christ. I want you to get to heaven too, Dean, even if you're a non-believer right now. And genuinely, the
But he
goal
already had a cross tatted on him.
but brother, the goal of a Christian, a true Christian, is to get all their others, everyone who's even non-believers, to heaven. And so at the end of the day, what is the point in what you're saying in your content? Is it helping others get to heaven? No, it's saying that you're God and you're beyond, like you're able to judge however someone's potential is to get to heaven in the afterlife.
I want to make sure I'm understanding what you're saying. Are you saying like me posting what all he said is me judging him?
No, not at all, not at all. I'm saying if you look at the pattern of your content, it is obviously good in getting views and shit like that. Like you've done well for yourself.
That's the only good it is.
Not what I'm saying. I never, brother.
No, I'm just saying that's like getting views. It's not good getting these dudes locked up. I'm asking you, is that not good?
Brother, just because I get to say one thing and then you cut me off before I finish the sentence, and we don't have the same ideas with every sentence, doesn't necessarily mean that my non-inclusion of that idea that you thought of that I didn't think of meant that I'm not in support of it.
No, I'm just asking. Well, can you say that you're?
I just articulated it. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you. So if you're in support of it, then what's the problem with what I did with Mason?
You're not letting me finish. Listen, like I said, the goal is to get everyone to heaven. Now, it's great that you're helping, the victims of society like that, for sure. But we also have to remember at the end of the day, not only do the victims need help, but those who have done the specific acts, whether it ranges from viewing that once or making like crazy stuff like the elites do that we've heard about since the EP files have dropped. Obviously, like those people really need help. Like, are they beyond redemption? Some would say so. Like, that's the closest to beyond redemption you can get. But a true Christian would believe that even they are redeemable. And I'm not saying I'm the perfect example of a Christian, but I'm here at least, and the Holy Spirit speaking through me right now to at least get this across to everyone.
But not everybody's redeemable. You know what a reprobate is, right?
Well, if you're buying into a fundamental, you're buying into you're buying into a different assumption than I believe, bro.
I'm reading the same Bible you are. You do know what a reprobate is, right? According to Romans 1. Since we want to bring Bible up into this, let's bring Bible up into it.
Well, I didn't bring the Bible up into it. I just
you can't bring up God and not bring up the Bible. So I'm asking you, do you not know what a reprobate?
Not necessarily.
Do you know what it means?
What
if Mason has a reprobate mind?
The Bible, bro.
What if Mason has a reprobate mind? The Bible clearly tells you what happens to people with reprobate minds. Do you know? I don't know if you know.
You guys are like the most popular guys, and I'm actually like pushing a decent perspective here. Is the wild thing, like if a reasonable person looks back at this and they'll actually see that holy shit, Jeff's been cooking.
I'm talking about Bible though. Do you know what a reprobate is,
brother? Yes, I know what vocab is, and I know certain words.
No, according to the Bible, not just vocab. According to the Bible, do you know what it means to have a reprobate mind?
Go ahead if you want to just go ahead and off your soapbox, but I'm just trying to give you the teachings of Jesus, bro.
I'm talking about the Bible. Do you know what? Yes or no? Does the Bible not talk about having a reprobate mind? Yes or
brother,
no?
What is the point of what you're doing right now?
The point of what I'm saying is there's a point you can get to where you're unredeemable, and that's called having a reprobate mind. You're trying to spew this on everybody that don't know Bible, but the difference is
well, I have a question for you then. I have a question for you.
What's up?
Do you think that well, I don't know where you stand politically, But do you think that Epstein, is beyond redemption?
I mean, he died. If he died in his sins, yes.
I mean, a true Christian would believe even Epstein is redeemable, bro.
But not atheist, right?
So if you don't repent, so you don't think Epstein was a reprobate?
Not what I'm just letting you know what I'm trying to push.
Okay, you know what? I really do hope you are trying to push Christ on Mason. You know why?
I'm very genuine, dude. I've been through a
No,
lot.
I know. I believe you 1,000% that you are being
I've almost
genuine.
died 3 times, bro. And
But I'm
I'm
asking you
very
this. Do you
blessed.
know why I'm hoping that you're trying to push the true Christ on Mason? You want to know why?
Go ahead, sure.
Because when you're a Christian, right? Okay, tell me what a real Christian would do. Would a real Christian hire a lawyer, lie, say that, no, I didn't buy all that stuff? You know what? Believe it or not, Mason's actually making the best steps to being a true Christian. He told the cops the truth. When we went over and talked to him, he told us the truth. But now we're like trying to backpedal for him. He doesn't have to come out and say anything else. But a true Christian, if they're repentful for what they did, if someone asks you, hey, did you really buy that CSAM? I did. That's what would a true Christian not admit that?
Everything you said is fine. I never said for anyone to lie. I think what you said is very fair. Yeah.
Can I add a point on here?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I think you're a hypocrite. I think that you're using the Bible to shield your own immoralities. Particularly if you really were the shining Christian who wants everybody to go to heaven, if you'll allow me to finish here, who wants everybody to go to heaven for everybody to be saved. Well, then you'd actually be applauding JiDion, okay? Because how is Hullo going to get saved? How is he going to go to jail? Well, the first step would be to try to stop sinning. There's no telegram in jail, right? So maybe
you're doing the same thing you keep doing.
Wait,
yo, dude, how do I identify this every time with you? You're doing the same thing you do every single time.
Dean, you know what? You're not Christian, right, Dean?
No, listen, he splits it into only 2 possibilities.
Wait, Dean, you're not Christian, right?
Let me just, I'm going to mute both of y'all. There's only 2 alternate possibilities with you, Dean, and that doesn't exist, bro. It's just, it's not because like you can only see one thing that way, so therefore this. That's not the truth. Like, grow up beyond that logic.
Jeff, can I read the words of Jesus Christ real quick?
This is so wild. All I'm trying to do is I just want people to get to heaven, bro. How is this?
Bro, I'm reading the words of Jesus Christ. It's in red. Can I read the words of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? Stop making it
theatrical, bro. Like, if Dean wants to ask, wait, hold on.
So wait, me reading I thought you were Jesus.
Dean thinks I'm a hypocrite, so I just want. Go ahead, Dean. Go ahead. You think I'm hiding my immorality?
Dean, do you want to talk, or is it okay if I read the words of Jesus Christ real quick? It's up to you, Dean.
You guys are wild.
Listen, I got a lot to say, but I could wait. You go ahead, JiDion.
Here, this is the words of you and me, Jeff. These are the words of our Savior, Jesus Christ.
It's not going to change the message that I'm putting out there, brother.
No, I'm just, hey, man, F my message, F your message. It all matters about Jesus, right? So this is Matthew 18, verse 15. If your brother or sister sins, go and point out their fault just between the two of you. If they listen to you, you have won them over. But if they will not listen, take 1 or 2 others along so that every matter may be established by the testimony or of 2 or 3 witnesses. If they still refuse to listen, tell it to the church. And if they refuse to listen even to the church, treat them as you would a pagan or a tax collector. Verse 18 is where it gets interesting. Truly I tell you, whatever you bind on earth and will be bound in heaven, and whatever you lose on earth will be loosed in heaven. So this is my question for you. This is my question for you, my friend. This is about dealing with sin in the church, okay?
Brother, we've already pointed it out. I think we've established that one.
Well, can I finish? Can I get an amen at least, Jeff? I just read the words.
Amen. Yeah, because I don't disagree with what you said.
Amen. Okay, so this is my question for you. Okay, let's get an amen in the chat. Okay, quick question for all of y'all. Didn't Christ say it's better to have a millstone around your neck than to harm one of his little children?
Brother, Old Testament.
That's what Jesus said. What? Whoa, Jeff. How are you going to be teaching somebody about Jesus and you don't even know Jesus' words? Whoa, that's not Old Testament. That is New Testament. Jesus Christ said that in red. He said it is better to have a millstone around your neck than to harm one of his little children. That is what Jesus Christ said. That is not no Old Testament. But I continue. So that
Why? So
one of the videos
why do you think he
that
hung
Mason
around?
had on his phone was an 8-year-old
Let me
girl.
let me say this. So
Okay.
why do you think Jesus hung around people who also sinned? Don't you think he wanted to help change? Like, just because your interpretation is that doesn't mean that that's the only interpretation there is.
Okay, tell me what the interpretation is. It's better to have a millstone around your neck than to harm
No,
one of his
no.
little
Listen,
children.
of course.
What
it's not,
other
like,
interpretation is there?
well, listen. I'm not saying of those words. I'm saying interpretation of like, this is morality in general, overall.
Because Dean, I'm gonna tell you why you have to go this route. Because Dean, if you go your route, he's just gonna look at you. Oh, you're a secular. You're not forgiven and stuff like that. You see, no, I'm gonna get him in his own territory. We're gonna bring Christ in. So I'm gonna bring Christ in. These are words from Christ, and you see how he runs. Every time I read Jesus' words, he deflects or goes somewhere else because Jesus isn't matching up with what he's saying.
No, listen, bro. Listen. I mean, and I can even say Old Testament, get things wrong, and still understand that. And you and I both know, and everyone knows here, if they're reasonable, that many things can exist at once. That the only possibility for someone is not like, basically, you think that you're God because you're judging them, and you think that genuinely some people are irredeemable.
Oh my God! I listen, JiDion. You were saying, got to go the theistic route compared to the secular route. It's the way you get to him. I don't even think he's going the theistic route. I think it's a LARP. Let me tell you why. Because earlier, this man couldn't even acknowledge that Hullo had done wrong. Okay.
I never said that.
Yes, you did.
No, you're phrasing things
Yes,
how you
you
want to
did.
phrase them. It's just your narrative that you're pushing, bro.
How about
Listen,
this?
all I said. Hold on. All I said, what I want
can't
to
even get a
do
word in.
and push upon you guys is that we should all be trying to get each other to heaven. So yes, of course, you're doing some good in the world for sure. I can acknowledge that, and I can acknowledge my brother also messed up, and I can also acknowledge that he wants to do better as a person.
Yeah.
All these things can be true at once.
So this is what I'm asking you. Did you ever tell him to stop reposting posts that were saying that his girlfriend lied?
I didn't talk to him about reposting.
Did you ever tell him, hey, man, you admitted to me that you did this? Because I know that he admitted to you that he did it because I asked him. Now, so you can't say that he didn't tell you. Now I'm going to ask you this. Did you ever tell him, hey, man, you shouldn't be posting memes of the price of what you bought to watch children be victimized? Did you ever tell him, hey, you should take those videos down?
No, he just said innocent until proven guilty. If you were truly a Christian and wanted to help him get to heaven, then your first text wouldn't be innocent until proven guilty. It would be, hey man, you fucked up. You better repent before you go to hell.
Hey, brother, you keep on making your own narratives, which are just total nonsense. You're not even in the same state.
The anti-pedophile narrative is not nonsense.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not the narrative that I'm talking about is saying that this was a first text. Holy shit, bro. Your interpretation. You're like a victimized female, bro. You're like a victimized female. That's how your mind thinks, Dean. Like, I literally thought you were a little bit smarter, but you're literally just a victim and you act like an entitled female.
Jeff, did his girlfriend lie?
She did lie about things, and that's his ex-girlfriend for a reason.
Okay, yeah, his ex-girlfriend. Okay, did she lie about the child pornography?
I'm not going to say whether or what she lied on, but she lied on certain things. I'm going to make my answer circumspect yet again.
Okay, but Mason told me the exact things that she lied about, and none of it had to do about the child pornography. So I'm gonna ask you, like, can you say right here, did she lie about the child pornography? Did she lie on him? Is that defamation?
Yet again, I'm not going to say what specifically is alleged that she lied on, bro.
Okay. Is what she lied about gonna change the fact that he had child pornography on his phone?
You should go to law school, bro. You're pretty good at this.
Okay.
I'm dead ass. You're actually pretty good at this.
I'm just trying to. Can I ask you, like, why are you putting yourself in the predicament that you are?
Because I want to spread the teachings of Jesus, and Dean can call me out all day, but fundamentally, I guess me and Dean disagree or will forever disagree on certain things.
Remember
But at
earlier
least
when
you
you
and I
said, why
here.
aren't we
Oh,
just
bro,
quiet
just let
about
me
these things?
finish. Come on.
Okay.
But like, at least JiDion, you and I will agree that I think the goal of life is to get to heaven. So I want others to get to heaven, and like I personally know him, so that's why I'm here.
But why can't you say, hey, he did a wrong thing, he should go to prison, but I still want him to get his soul saved? Why can't you say you want him to go to prison? You can find Jesus in prison.
Because there's going to be punishment that's rendered by the court that doesn't necessarily have to be prison. Just so you're aware, that's also an alternate reality.
Do you think that he should go to jail?
Brother, yet again, there are punishments that don't necessarily equate to being in jail.
Yeah, I'm
But
asking you for
sadly,
your
he
opinion.
has
Why
priors.
is jail the only solution?
Listen,
How
I'm
about
asking you for your opinion.
rehabilitation?
I'm asking you for your opinion. I'm asking you for your opinion.
You're the
Do you
liberal
think
here.
that he should go to
You're the
jail?
liberal here, bro. Why do you think jail is a great thing? Do you think that's good for their mental health? Do you genuinely think?
I can explain this to you. Sure. Let me explain this to you real quick. Yeah, so I do think he should go to jail. There's two predominant reasons. Now, the first reason, of course, will be punishment for a heinous action. But the second and most predominant reason,
you're not even
listen,
answering the question I was asking you.
The second reason is a big one. The second reason is a
I
big one.
didn't ask you that question.
Like, not only I'm almost
I didn't
done.
ask you that
I'm
question.
I'm almost done. Not only do I think he should go to jail for like
I wasn't
punishment
asking you that
for
question. I'll cut
wrong,
you off. I'll just
but
keep cutting you off.
also because
Bro, I didn't
we
ask you
need
that
to
question.
keep
I asked
children
you about
safe.
jail. I asked you about
Okay.
jail. This is my narrative. I get to control it, not you,
All right,
bro.
just be specific with your question, please.
I was specific with my question.
But
Then
wait, how
ask
is this
it again.
your
Just clearly
narrative when
understand.
it's your friend going through the situation?
Dude, you're not going to control the narrative of my life. Like, I don't care if people are on here or not.
If he wants to feel
Dean,
control,
all I
like,
wanted to
whatever,
know
just
is
repeat the question.
why do you think that prison is the only solution in your eyes as a liberal?
Yes, I could tell you. Yeah, because we need to keep society safe from predators. It's not only the fact.
Dean, I just thought of something. Yo, Jeff, I got a question. So you said why is prison an option? Why is hell an option?
That's not what I was asking.
No. Wait. Yeah, no. Since you're saying why does jail have to be an option? Why does hell have to be an option?
You weren't. That you're trying to bifurcate things into a world of two yet again. Both of you guys think the same. You bifurcate everything. That's not the only two possibilities in the world. There are other things than jail, like
So what other
rehabilitation,
possibility is there
like
besides hell?
probation,
The only other
like other
possibility
things.
is heaven. So where should sinful people go? Should they still go to heaven?
What's that? There's purgatory. At least in the Catholic faith, there's purgatory.
Okay, purgatory. So who does deserve to go to hell then?
Well, people that haven't fully, and they just live an unrighteous lifestyle their whole lives.
I thank you for actually answering that. So who
haven't-
deserves to go to prison?
They haven't. No, yet again, it's hold on. The question that I wanted to know is why do both of y'all think prison is the only option, not rehabilitation or something? That's what I would.
You can be. A lot of people have went to prison and came out better people. Why can't Mason go to prison and come out a better person?
Listen, it's also another big reason.
That's not
here.
what I'm asking you. I'm asking you not please just disregard
listen,
Mason.
let me give you the
genuinely,
biggest
I want to
reason.
know this. I want
Because
to know this.
we need to keep
Disregarding
society
Mason
safe.
conceptually. Yes, Dean. Okay, let JiDion please let Dean answer this. Conceptually, why do you think prison is the best option? Because you know that there are different.
I can answer that.
Okay.
Because we need to keep the kids safe. We need to keep society safe. There is greater motivation than just wanting to punish wrongdoings to send people to jail. It's because some people should not be allowed to operate in society because they've proven themselves to be unable to successfully by engaging in incredibly depraved, incredibly immoral, and incredibly hurtful actions directed towards others. Yes, pedophiles, people who hurt children or pay to watch content that hurts children, propping up that industry, should absolutely be secluded from society because they are a harm to society. And quite frankly, I've been wanting to add this on for a while. This shouldn't be TikTok drama. This shouldn't be a live stream where we debate and half of the people watching say, fuck Hullo, the other 50% say free Hullo. Genuinely, this should be an imperative cognitive test for any functioning, rational, sane person. If you do not think that predators should go to jail even after being exposed for either directly harming children through rape or grooming or indirectly harming children through the consumption of CSAM, then you are just simply an irrational, immoral person. You could shield this conclusion all you want with your theology, saying that you just want to save as many lives as possible and get as many souls to heaven. But we know that that's not true. We know that that's not true. The reason why I know that's not true specifically, let me show you my reason with you.
The reason why it's in my brain, bro.
I do, because of something you said
You know
earlier.
it's in my brain.
Yes, I do. Let me tell you. I'll be very specific. Earlier in the live stream, you said, well, why can't we just not talk about it? You texted Hullo, innocent until proven guilty. And yesterday on your live stream, you said that JiDion got Hullo to lie for views. That is not the mindset of somebody who wants to save souls to get them into heaven. Because when you look at a lost soul such as Hullo,
defend my friend,
right?
and want the best
that's
for him.
bad. That's a bad thing. Not only is it bad to quote
I forgot your God,
friend,
Dean.
listen, no, let me give you two reasons. Let me give you two reasons.
Follow God there.
The first reason why it is a bad thing to defend your friend is the most obvious. He's a pedophile. We shouldn't defend preds. Now, the second actually pulls on your own theology. You should not defend a sinner and his sins. You should detest the sins. And that is something in which you failed to do. You have not acknowledged that he engaged in grave immoralities. You have not acknowledged that people should not engage in such grave immoralities. You have not disassociated yourself from this creep. In fact, you have further aligned yourself with this creep. And this only leads to the further normalization of pedophilia in society. All of those
help with?
Dude, you're going very against your liberal values.
What does he need your help with?
So you want people to be isolated from others. You want people to go through the mental health stressors of prison. Wow, isn't that ironic coming from a liberal?
They need to be isolated from others for the imperative of social cohesion and safety.
What about a first-time offender, bro?
I care.
A first-time offender?
Well, he's a 15
offenders. I can
sex
agree with you
offenders,
to an extent.
child sex offenders have the highest reoffending rate.
That's not an argument. That's like saying because you hit someone because a cat burned itself on the stove once, it's going to keep on burning itself.
No, but it's not. I'm not just talking about one person. I'm talking about the statistics. The statistics show that child sex offenders have the highest reoffending rate.
Sure, but then you're stereotyping. You're not individuating things.
Okay,
bro. My God.
Studies are showing that a bunch of child sex offenders, after they get let go, do the same thing. What does that say? Can I wait here? What's your favorite food?
Hold on. I gotta get my charger.
Also, actions have consequences.
Dean, what's your favorite food, Dean?
Oh, I like cheeseburgers.
Okay, you like cheeseburgers. Okay,
Yeah.
And what is your least favorite food?
I'm not a big fan of avocado toast.
Okay, can I ever make you like avocado toast?
No, definitely not.
And would it be hard to make you not like cheeseburgers?
Oh, that'd be really hard to not make me like them so much, so I'm eating one right now.
Okay, so if you're attracted to kids, wouldn't it be hard for you not to be attracted to kids?
Well, I mean, I'm not attracted to kids, so I wouldn't know. But I mean, it seems to be that case based
Just
upon
a general sense. If someone was attracted to kids, wouldn't it be a hard temptation for them not to be attracted to kids, Jeff?
Well, I have a quick question for you.
Based upon the rates that you just shared with us, the reoffending rates, it seems so. And also, by the way, I wanted to say this earlier. Actions have consequences. If you're mad that we want to socially ostracize your buddy for being a pedophile, well, then maybe he shouldn't have jerked it to kids.
Did I say that I'm mad?
Jeff, do you think I went too hard? Do you think I messed up for what I did?
I don't think you're messed up. Why would I say that you're messed up? I don't think anyone.
Do you think I did anything wrong?
That's a yes. What do you think he did that was wrong?
Why would I say anything? Why would I mean? It's like it's funny.
I'm just asking you. Do you think I did anything wrong?
Like, of course, I'm going to entertain you guys. You guys are both entertainers. Like, you've turned away from being genuine influencers and trying to help people.
Well, I mean, at least we're not convincing our
I'm
fan
trying
base
to protect kids and get predators locked up.
That's great, but you're also forgetting that there are there are not just one, not just two, there are many different worlds of possibilities that can exist at the same time. That you can lock up the people that need locked up. You can extend help to the people that you allegedly want locked up. You can extend help to the victims. You can extend help everywhere.
So how do I
All
differentiate?
these things exist.
If
These things exist,
there's
and we're still wanting the same thing.
If there's
the only
10
reason,
snakes,
the only reason,
and 8 of them are poisonous,
come on,
2 of
bro.
them
The
are.
only reason, chill out. The only reason why both of your guys' position is the majority position, and I'm in the minority position, is because the majority believes automatically for certain morally depraved crimes, automatically that's it. And you can't see a person otherwise.
Okay, should
that's
everybody
unfair.
that actually
that's
did
just
something
unfair
on
to
the
the
Epstein
person.
list and
That's
harm
unfair
children?
to who their potential
Should everybody
is.
on the Epstein list
That's
that
unfair to
actually
everything.
harmed children be prosecuted and sentenced to prison?
I didn't say I don't disagree
No, I'm asking you. I'm
with
asking
people
you.
who
Should
are harming
everybody
children.
who did something to harm a child on the Epstein list be charged and prosecuted.
Charged and prosecuted. There you go. That's the most precise language you've used.
Do you think they
Okay,
should go to jail?
should they be charged, prosecuted, and convicted? Yes or no?
Do you think they should go to jail?
I can't say whether they're convicted or not because I don't know the details.
In this instance, they're guilty. In this instance, they're guilty.
I don't think you. Do you know the definitions? Like, I'm not trying to sound like a jerk.
Listen, Afraid, he's being very clear with this question. He's saying for those whom are in the Epstein files that you know are guilty, should they go to jail?
Listen, that's why I've said multiple times, you're not going to catch me making a mistake here.
So why can't you just say yes?
Why can't you say yes?
A whatever punishment the court enacts, that's what the court will deem.
Okay, you know what? I think this is the $1 million question. Do you think child pornography, possession of it, and viewing it is a serious crime?
I believe that it's a crime. Yes, and I believe that.
No. You say you believe it's a crime. Do you believe it's a serious crime?
Yes, but then it also that determines on your definition of serious. But do you know like the different because morally depraved crimes, it's like arson, like sexually depraved criminal acts, obviously homicide. It just depends on what your definition is. But
okay, serious enough to where they need to do prison time. Do you think people that are in possession of child pornography should do prison time? Yes or no?
Who am I to say? Because it could be a first-time offender and then with context, that person needs rehabilitation.
We don't what rehabilitation? Like we don't have
what context?
Yeah, like we don't have
what context can make somebody want to see a kid get brutalized?
No, there's obviously a different. Well, we already talked about this. There could be mistaken images in the files and stuff like that. I just don't know the details.
Well, I mean, in the affidavit that I just read out to everybody, there was a girl that the officer said looked anywhere from 6 to 8 years old, and a man inserted his genitalia inside of her to the point where it hurt her so much that she had to cover her face and cry. A girl that looked anywhere from 6 to 8 years old. That is on your boy's phone.
I don't disagree with you. That's absolutely.
I'm glad you don't disagree with me that it's on your boy's phone. I'm glad you don't.
I did not say that. Don't do that.
You literally just said you don't disagree.
I don't disagree that it's a sick act, is what I said.
So it wasn't on his phone?
I didn't say that. I'm not going to say that. I don't know. I'm not his brain, bro.
So you don't know. So it could be a possibility the police lied?
I'm not his brain. I don't listen. Come on, I'm not going to answer. I'm not stupid enough to answer these questions.
I know you're not stupid like your friend. Like he really shouldn't have answered any of my questions.
He's not stupid either.
You know how much he fucked himself. Like, do you really know?
Brother,
you know he's gonna have to just take whatever plea deal they give to him.
Brother.
Oh, you're a lawyer. You know.
Bro, listen. I'm still just so wrapped up in the fact that this is even a battle you want to fight. Like, what greater desire or urge of yours is driven you to a place where you can't even tell me and JiDion that you think the guilty child rapist from the Epstein files should be in jail?
Like,
I didn't say that.
What is putting him in this position where he wants to elect to run frontline D for?
Dean, I got a question for you, Dean.
I'm precise with my language.
Dean, I got a question for you.
Now chill out.
Chill
out. I'll mute you.
Do you think Mason would do this for him?
No, fuck no.
Jeff, do you think Mason would have your back like how you have his back?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay,
the man
that neither of you guys are Christian.
Only looks out for himself. You think he would be on live defending you like this?
Oh, I never said live. I don't need him to be on live to publicly support me. I just need the support behind the scenes. I'm only here because I ended up in this position right now. But of course,
why didn't you just support him behind the scenes? Why did you have to make yourself known?
I am supporting him behind the scenes. You don't know everything that I've done today.
Did you help pay his bail?
I'm not going to say whether I did that or not.
I can call the bail company and find out. So, do you want to save us the trouble? Did you give any money to help pay his bail?
Listen, why would you think that I'm going to answer anything? I'm not answering these questions, brother.
Listen,
that kind of sounds like you did.
Like he said, he could call the bail company. When JiDion calls the bail company, will the bail company tell him that you helped pay Hullo's bail?
I didn't hear anything you said.
I didn't hear you either.
His mom had called me. Sorry, wait, I know she's watching. Hey, I can't answer the call right now.
I hope Mason isn't watching this on TikTok because he's not to have any social media access. So did Mason tell his mom that
social media access?
Huh?
He doesn't have social media access.
Okay, I'm just making sure because that would be
have to
breaking his bail
in all
conditions.
positions.
Mason, I hope you're not watching this, Mason. You're not supposed to be around any kids, so you can't be around your little sister, your 10-year-old sister, or your 1-year-old one. You can't be around them, Mason. Or even your little brother. You can't be around any minors, and you can't have internet access. So, Mason, I hope you're not in here.
Can I ask you a question? I want to ask you a question.
Go ahead, bro.
If Hullo, actually, this is the hypothetical. Hypothetically, if Hullo raped a child, would you still be willing to extend help?
I'm not going to answer that question.
Why can't you just say no?
Because I'm not going to answer that question, bro.
If one of
you
my
guys are trying to trap me in narratives.
Can I ask you a question? How did you clear your mental health?
All that I want to get across. Listen, since a lot of people are watching this, listen. All I want to get across. We're trying to lead each other to heaven.
That's crazy.
That's it. We're trying to lead each other to heaven.
Is Mason innocent? Yes or no? Can you have this? Because I see a lot of people here saying free Hulu, free Mason. He's innocent. He didn't do anything.
My clip. You know what, JiDion?
What's up? What's up, Dean?
I'm gonna do something while you're asking him this question. We're gonna play a clip. So why don't you go ahead and answer JiDion's question? Is Mason innocent?
I'm not going to answer that question. You ready?
Fuck my laptop. You're not going to answer that question? Okay.
Because I'm not going to talk about the court case.
Sure.
Why? You're not involved in it.
let me go ahead and can I get your thoughts on something?
Sure, bro.
Perfect. So you're unwilling to tell us if you think he's innocent or if you think he's guilty. So the question that I have for you is, when I play you this audio clip, what do you hear?
I'll just mute you, bro.
He doesn't want to hear the truth.
If you want to go ahead. You know what? Do whatever you guys want.
So I'm just going to ask you straight up because you've been straight up with us. You're going to be straight up with this too. Did you masturbate to those videos of the 12-year-olds? Or was your hand rubbing your penis at the time that was being watched?
It was just, I guess my hand was on my dick the whole time and just going through everything.
Okay. So was your hand going up and down on your penis?
Yes.
Okay. So it's fair to say that's probably masturbating.
Yeah.
Okay. I appreciate you being honest about that, dude. I've jerked off at things.
Okay, so Hullo said Hullo masturbated to CP. Can you say Hullo masturbated to CP?
No, because I'm not there. I'm not God, bro.
Okay, you know who was there, though? Let me tell you who was there. Hullo was there, right? Hullo was there, and Hullo said Hullo did it.
Sure, brother, but he also has a court case going on, and I'm not stupid enough to answer these stupid questions that you keep asking.
Wait, do you think he's stupid for answering our questions when we asked him?
I didn't imply he's stupid or
no. I'm asking you. You said you wouldn't answer these stupid questions when he has a court case going on. So do you think he's stupid for
because he has a case going on right now, brother? That's why.
Yeah. I'm saying, do you think he was stupid for talking to us?
Do you guys know how to lower your cortisol?
Do you think he was stupid for talking to us?
I'm not going to answer your questions. I can choose what questions. Listen, I mean, you can make a fool of me all day, but I'll die on the hill of standing for what Jesus taught, bro.
And whenever I bring up what Jesus taught, you ignore it and you misconstrue it, and you say you think it's the Old Testament. When was the last time you actually read your Bible?
Well, how about that? That worked for you. Admittedly, Catholics don't read their Bibles, so I'm cool with taking the hit on that one.
Listen, I know you would rather him just have went to a priest, confess to a priest, and take no accountability for it. But I want you to really know,
I never said that. Hold on. Let me tell you that one. We actually talked about that in private. And I said, I think it'd be worthwhile if he went to confession. But I would, obviously he has to learn more about the Catholic faith before he just jumps into confession. But I think confession to a priest would be great.
What are the first 4 books of the New Testament?
Brother, just because you're asking me Bible questions
shot. What are the first 4 books of the New Testament?
Brother, you realize you're trying to make
this motherfucker! He's trying to do, oh my God, you don't even know the first 4 books in the New Testament, and you're throwing all of your money down on black on Jesus Christ to try to help you defend this fucking pedophile. You're fucking LARPing Christianity to try to protect a literal pedophile. You don't even know the fucking gospel, and you're up here trying to say, well, if Jesus was alive today, he'd extend the helping hand to this pred. We need to make sure he doesn't go to jail, keep him on the streets, keep him close to the...
Dean,
If
you're
you shut up.
Catholic
Shut
and
up.
you believe in
Both
the
of you guys
dogma,
just shut up for
you're
a
good.
second. Shut up. Just let me answer this. Dean, the point of what you're trying to do is make a fellow Christian look bad. That's why I'm not even going to entertain it. You're focused on the wrong thing, brother.
Matthew,
trying
Mark,
to,
Luke,
like,
and
I'm
John.
trying-
Here,
like,
I
I'm
don't
not
want to
going to
make
try
us
to
Christians
sound
look
better
bad.
than both
Matthew,
of you
Mark,
guys.
Luke, and John is the
I'm not
first.
better than both of you guys.
first-
I'm not better than anyone. We're all the same, bro. No, you're trying to. You're trying to act righteous, bro. It doesn't work like that. Just
No,
by
there's
trying
actually
to,
a point to this. Let me tell you what the point is.
There's not a point to this.
If
brother.
you don't listen,
No,
here's the
because
point.
you're
If you-
trying to make.
Here's
me
the
look
point.
bad
There's
for
actually a good
certain
one.
reason.
There's actually a good
point.
one. There's actually a good point. If you don't know enough about your religion to understand the first 4 books of the gospel, then you
know
certainly
about my
don't know
religion.
enough about your religion to understand the nuances and
just because I didn't
complexities
answer
of the
you
evaluation
doesn't
that would
mean
be
I don't know what
required
they
in order
are.
to
Did you
argue
realize that
it
exists
is
as a
moral
possibility?
thing
Jeff,
to
can I
argue
read-
Hey,
that a
buddy,
predator shouldn't be in jail.
Did you realize that just because I didn't answer your question doesn't mean I don't know what they are? Just
Jeff.
because I sat back, no, shut up. Just because I sat back and act calm, cool, and collected before, and that's how I took it after you asked that question, doesn't mean that I don't know what they are. Did you know that that possibility exists too? I just wanted to prove the point that I was trying to make. You were trying to trap me, make me look like a bad Christian, when it's like you're focused on the wrong thing. I'm trying to make others orient toward God, bro. Orient toward, like, trying to be better in their lives.
Here, we have 10,000 people in here. Can I read the word of God to these 10,000 people, Jeff? It's New Testament trust. So this is Matthew chapter 18, and we're going to read verse 4 to 6. It says, therefore, whoever takes the lowly position of this child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. So if you take the position of a child, Dean, you're the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. And whoever welcomes one such child in my name welcomes me. If someone causes one of these little ones, those who believe in me, to stumble, it would be better for them to have a large millstone hung around their neck and to be drowned in the depths of the sea. Whoa. Woe to the world because... Whoa. You there, Jeff?
No, Jeff is gone, JiDion.
Jeff, the Bible, Jesus Christ just said, if anyone causes one of these little ones who believe in him to stumble, it would be better for them to have a large millstone. Would you say viewing, buying, and participating in the production and distribution of CSAM would be causing one of those little ones to stumble? Would you say that?
Brother, still, both of you guys are focused on the wrong thing. You can keep doing it all night.
This
I'll keep
isn't
pushing the
about
same
Mason.
message.
I'm just asking you, is buying
Well,
CSAM causing a child to stumble?
If we genuinely acted like this wasn't, like, if you acted about this wasn't about Mason, then you would actually do it, but you're not doing it. But listen, all I'm trying to do is get the same message out there at the end of the day. That instead of trying to make a fool of me, or Dean make a fool of me, or me make a fool of you, or me make a fool of Dean, what's the point in giving that energy, or giving all this hate energy? Multiple things can be true at once. People can be infuriated because of what Hullo is alleged to have done. People can be infuriated for how I'm acting right now. But we're focused on the wrong thing. Everyone needs to realize, like, let's all help each other get to one place, which is heaven.
So okay, how do we get to heaven?
Well, we all have to, like, help our brothers and sisters out, especially our fallen ones. Not saying like we need to or have to, but the ones who actually believe and want to make change and want others to do better in their lives. And then we just keep on spreading that word.
Okay,
But
so
I'm not
I
gonna
feel
sit
that.
here-
So
wait,
if
let me just
someone's
say this,
in their
let
sin,
me just say this.
Okay.
I'm not going to sit here and say that someone's beyond judgment. That's all I'm trying to get across. I just want to, like, everyone to realize no one's ever beyond judgment. Like, try your hardest. And to say someone's beyond judgment, that sucks. I get where you guys are coming from. A lot of people in society agree with you for sure. You're probably definitely the majority position. But a true Christian, a true believer, wants, like, no one to be irredeemable.
No, am I not a
Believes
true
no one-
Christian?
Well, if you believe that some people are beyond redemption, then you're not acting like a true Christian.
Okay, so There's nothing in the Bible that talks about a reprobate
In that
mind.
regard.
Wait. In Matthew, Jesus says that you can't be saved if you
Brother,
commit blasphemy against the Holy Spirit. Was Jesus not a true Christian because he thought some people were beyond redemption?
Jesus wasn't even a Christian, brother.
Well, I guess sure. Christ wouldn't be a follower of Christ,
Gotcha.
but I think the point still stands. Is that you just suggested that you're not a quote unquote true Christian if you don't think some people are beyond redemption. That sentiment was directly shared by Jesus Christ himself in Matthew.
It was Judas. Was Judas beyond redemption?
Hey, Dean, flex real quick, bro. Yeah, bro.
Was Judas beyond redemption?
I got to comment on that. Real quick.
No, brother.
I think your biceps would look a lot
so
better
the Bible
if they
literally
weren't
says
connected to a man
that some
defending a
born to
pedophile.
perdition.
What the hell is this? How do I get this off the screen?
So Judas was not beyond
Wait,
redemption.
I didn't hear what Dean said. I think he wanted to say something, but
So you're gonna ignore what I said about Judas?
no, I'm trying to handle all of this. That's like my
It's a
sixth
simple
time
question.
ever going
Was
live,
Judas-
and then
was
you guys
Judas
pop
beyond-
up on my live.
Is Judas beyond redemption? Yes or no?
No, he betrayed Jesus, but Jesus still wanted him to get to heaven, brother.
Okay, so how can he get to heaven if he was proclaimed years beforehand to betray Jesus?
You know what I mean conceptually, bro.
I like, bro, I'm gonna be real, man. I don't mind you like trying to help Mason find God,
It's not just about Mason, bro.
but you're not the guy. You don't know anything about you. Like, bro,
I don't need
you've
to.
been.
Hold on.
You
Just
haven't
so you're
dropped
aware, wait.
one verse while we've been on. I've dropped 10 verses on you this whole time.
Because you're reading from stuff, bro. I don't need to read from stuff. I could drop verses if I wanted to. I don't
What
need to
verse would
prove
you
myself
drop?
like that.
What
I don't
verse
need
would
to
you
prove
drop?
myself like that, bro. At least if I hold the same principles, that's all I'm trying to get across.
What verse did you tell
I'm
Mason?
trying to hold the
what if you're
same
the pastor
principles.
in jail?
I'm trying to push the principles on you guys.
Jeffrey Dahmer got baptized in jail. Why can't Mason get baptized in jail?
You guys are just entertainers, bro. You're not real influencers. You guys are
Is
fake,
Mason better than
unfortunately.
Jeffrey Dahmer? Why can't he get baptized in
Thankfully,
jail?
I'm trying to use my platform to at least say everyone is not. Everyone's worthy, bro. If you take both of your arguments to the extreme, you guys are saying that
Is
some
Mason's
souls aren't
girlfriend
worthy.
worthy?
No,
Or
hold
his
on. You
ex-girlfriend?
guys are saying some souls aren't worthy in this world, and that's unfortunately that's really sad. That's a sad belief.
That's a
Okay,
good
so what
point,
if the
JiDion.
Bible says that too? What if the Bible says some souls aren't going to be worthy?
Well, that's sad, but that's of course if you faced eternal damnation if you went to hell. So certain people for sure get to that point, but the belief is that no one is irredeemable. So we are trying, and then who are you to say that you're the one to judge that Mason is irredeemable, bro? First time offender? Are you kidding me? You
I'm
think a
not
first
seeing
time
him
offender who's
repent. I'm not
18
seeing him repent.
He's just an
He was
18-year-old,
quick
brother. What is wrong
to
with
lie
you?
on
Why
social
do you want to
media.
act like he's a 30-year-old or 40-year-old man in a basement?
So, I'm so happy you said that.
Because there's a gradation to everything.
So because he's 18
I've already
years old
talked
and
about
not a
this.
30-year-old dude.
I've
So if
already
he was
talked
30
about
years
this.
old
Dean
and
and I
had
already
child
talked about
pornography,
this, bro.
then he would be a lost cause. If he drove an ice cream truck,
I didn't say a lost cause.
Then he would
I
be a
didn't
lost
say a lost cause. Yo,
Ian.
literally, you can't just keep on bifurcating
There's
things.
there's something very interesting that I just thought of. I don't know if anybody caught this, but earlier when we were talking about Via, Hullo's ex, Mr. Afraid of Nobody But God up here, it made some like sly offhand comment about how Hullo had really good reason to get rid of her, to leave her in the dust, to leave that relationship. So here's my question for you. Why is God compelling you to stick by Hullo's side thick and thin to give him that helping hand? But God's never compelled Hullo to stick by Via's side and to give her that helping hand. Now, you said almost as if Via had engaged in some action that made her irredeemable in the eyes of Hullo, and Hullo was more than righteous and just in leaving her side. So why are you not righteous and just in leaving his side? Because there's no way that Via did anything as wrong as jerking off to child pornography, right? Can we agree to that?
You do
Can we
believe
agree?
that
Can we agree to that?
people can
There's
leave
nothing Via
other
did
people's
that was
sides
sufficiently
for
as
other
wrong as
reasons that
jerking off
you
to child
believe that are
pornography.
possible.
I want a direct answer to the question that I just asked.
Everyone, you don't need a direct answer. Sorry.
Yes, I do. Did Via do
I'm not going to
anything
give you a
as
direct
bad
answer.
as
Woo.
engaging
you're not
in
gonna get a direct
consensual
answer,
teasing?
but I'm gonna give you an answer. You know, Mason told me that he admitted it to all his friends and his family that he did view the child pornography and buy it. You know that, Dean?
Well, I mean, if he admitted it to you, I mean, he definitely admitted
No,
it to
he
you.
admitted to all his friends. He told me.
Yeah, I mean, I believe it. It makes me wonder, how long has Afraid known?
So
How long
he
does this
admitted
You
it.
guys,
He
so
admitted it to
are you
Jeff,
guys
but
Americans?
he-
Hold on, real quick. Let me ask you a few questions.
Yeah,
Let me
how
try to
long
get.
have you
You guys are you American citizens?
Yes. I don't. Relevance?
Do you believe in the Constitution?
I do believe in the Constitution, absolutely.
Okay, so we could make an argument from the Constitution, also a moral argument.
Really?
Here.
Can you?
Yeah.
Go ahead, do it.
But I'm still like getting to the point here, bro. I don't know
Perfect.
why
I'm
we-
waiting for the argument.
Listen, why like there's multiple ways to approach something, right? Like you could look at something from based in law, which is obviously where the Constitution starts, or you could look at something morally. So when you guys are rendering judgment on another and saying that they necessarily require prison and stuff like that,
Mhm.
you're making a judgment
Yeah.
for what reason?
Okay. Well, what does this have to do with the Constitution morality? This just
I'll
seems
get
really
to that.
hogwash.
Obviously, we're going step by step, bro.
No, so did the Sarasota sheriff's office break the Constitution by arresting him
Oh my god!
and
No, bro,
plastering his
you're-
mugshot everywhere?
You're changing the narrative. That's not
No, I'm
even what I was
asking,
going
like,
to
were
talk
they
about.
wrong? Were they wrong for doing that?
Bro, that's not even what I was going to talk. I mean, forget it.
Listen, I'll just
You
give
guys
you
are
that
pushing your own narrative.
So when we make an argument that like somebody such as Hullo deserves to go to jail, that's for the most part going to be a moral argument. We are morally arguing that he's engaged in such grave wrongdoings.
Well,
that
if
he
you're
deserves
saying that he
go to an
requires to
institution
go to
such as
jail,
not
that's
to
an
mention
argument
like
based
safety
in
from
law.
society.
That's an argument
But
based in
I'm
law.
getting
then,
there.
bro.
I'm getting there. You just have to let me describe. So that actually starts with a moral argument. I mean, morality was the foundation of the criminal justice system.
It's
to begin
not.
with.
It's
Like, can you allow me to finish? I mean,
no,
you
bro.
need to allow me
Because,
to
no,
finish.
shut up. Because literally, there
I
can
know,
be a
because
different
I'm not-
possibility.
That's okay.
There can be an argument that is based on morality without reference to the law or the American justice system.
I'm trying to give you that, but you're not listening.
Because I disagree on your fundamentals, bro. So that's why we have to establish fundamentals.
So where do you think the criminal justice system came from then? The criminal justice system came from a foundation of morality with an agreement and adherence to virtues that people who engage in sufficiently morally wrongdoings deserve to be kept away from the rest of society, right? Like that's just where the criminal justice system comes from. So when we express these like commitments to wanting to imprison people for engaging in really heinous actions, it starts off with a moral foundation, but it just so happens to be the case that legality is on our side, right? Not only do we recognize, okay, that what Hullo did was sufficiently wrong to get him locked up, but so do the institutions that govern the criminal justice system. So it's both simultaneously a moral and legal argument. Like morally speaking, he should go to jail. Legally speaking, he descriptively will be going to jail.
Yet again, you can define things how you want, and if that's how you define things, that's totally fine. I have nothing against what you said there. But listen, you also basically in your statement, you are saying that something can start in just morality without reference, because the implication of what you're saying is something can be based in morality without reference to the American justice system. So that's
Yeah.
what I want to hear, an argument made in just based in morality, not necessarily that.
You want to hear an argument for why it's morally wrong to like
Not what I'm
jerk off
saying.
to child
No,
pornography?
because every time that you say something, you say that he should end up in prison. So therefore, there's reference to the punishment system, which comes from the legal system.
Do you think it'll be an injustice if Mason
I'm
was
saying
sentenced to an
morally-
extended
No,
period
hold
of
on.
time?
Please, brother. Now we're just obviously we're like
Oh no, I was just asking. Do you think it will be a disservice if he was convicted and sentenced to a lengthy prison sentence? Do you think that would be an injustice?
the whole point that I'm trying to get across with both of you guys is I wish that you could make an argument without reference to prison. If you want to make an argument with reference to punishment, that's fine. That's what I'm trying to say.
What punishment do you think would be fitting?
That's what I'm asking. Thank God. Now we're finally getting to
No,
it.
yeah,
That's what I
no.
was
You
trying to get to.
specifically, what besides prison, what punishment would be perfect for anybody in this predicament?
That's
Good
why I said
question.
rehabilitation.
What is
How
that?
is that a punishment?
Wait, let's just. What is rehabilitation?
That's
look like?
one of the like.
Listen, just answer
That's
the
one of
question.
the
What
core
Wait, Dean, hold
concepts
on.
of trying to go
How is that a
to-
punishment? How is rehabilitation a punishment?
Because then it means the person is better off in the position than they started. Like, what are you talking about?
So
How can
wait. So if
rehabilitation
I'm an
not be a good
alcoholic
punishment?
and I go to Alcoholics Anonymous and I go to different things to detox and all of this, you're telling me that that's a
You want
punishment
to
for
end
me?
up a non-alcoholic after. Exactly. You want to end up sober. You just
So how is
unveiled
that
your
a
own
punishment?
reasoning with that.
How is that a punishment? How is ending up better a punishment?
What are you talking about? That is the whole point of the system, of the justice system, is to end up in a better spot than when you started.
He's asking a fair question here. So I don't think what JiDion is asking you is, well, should he be compelled to go to, I don't know, rehabilitation for his own personal betterment? But rather the question that JiDion is asking you is, should he be punished merely because the action that he engaged in ought yield consequence, regardless if it is for his betterment?
But that's the thing. You guys are defining punishment a different way than I'm defining it.
Okay, so do you think it's a punishment to go to a rehab center?
You're not understanding that rehabilitation is one of the goals of putting someone in punishment.
I understand that that's one of the goals, but is that a punishment?
Just because the words are synonymous or could be interchanged doesn't mean that one thing can't exist.
How is it interchangeable?
Oh, should he be punished for no other reason than to be punished? Like, we're not talking about punishment for some like greater purpose of rehabilitation for self-betterment. We're asking, should he be punished for no other reason than to be punished?
Then let's extract that. What you're asking essentially is the viewing of something of, let's just say, at least one image. That's all I'm saying. Is the viewing of at least one image sufficient to exact a punishment on someone? For sure. It just depends on what punishment is attended to that.
Given that we assume that he can't be rehabilitated rehabilitated, should he face punishment, and if so, what punishment?
Why are you saying that someone can't be rehabilitated?
It's an assumption that we're making in the argument, just simply to see where your moral principles fall. Essentially, what we're getting at here is, do you think that there should be consequences for the action of jerking off to child pornography?
I literally just said yes, bro. That's
okay. Yes.
But the thing is, though, is his definition of punishment is that he doesn't think it's. This is what I'm getting from what you said. You said the viewing of an image. What you're saying is the viewing of an image.
I'm breaking it down to the most the most essential components of it. Right. It's the viewing of a specific image. I'm taking the fanciful language out of it and making it sound, you could say that I'm lessening the severity of it. I'm not trying to lessen the severity of it. I'm just stripping it down to the essential components of what it is. That's all I was trying to get at.
No. I get what you're saying, but when I'm asking you specifically, I want you to, in detail, if someone views that image and you don't think prison is the necessary thing.
I didn't say that. I'm saying punishment definitely should be attendant to that.
Okay, so does that punishment include prison?
For certain people, for sure.
For him?
Okay, so what's the differentiation between certain people? How do we know who should go to prison and who shouldn't?
Likely, not just a first-time offender, but likely someone who is a repeat offender. That's something that pushes the line toward prison.
If somebody's
someone who's
hold up, Dean. I want to hear him. Wait,
yeah. So someone who's more likely to offend, you can't just say that a first-time offender is more likely to offend. Someone who has been a repeat offender for sure. Someone who is possibly engaged in the actual specific acts and stuff like that.
Okay.
Then there is reason to want them definitely confined from others.
Okay, so
want them doing those things in the acts, right?
Okay, so let's say this individual.
Hold on. I just want to say that's the reason why I wouldn't defend someone who has actually done an act. Right? Because I don't have the capabilities or capacity to defend that.
So you think everybody should get out of jail free card
I want to say
and
this.
be rehabilitated?
Hold on,
if it's their first offense.
Let me say this. There are people out there with the capacity and capability to defend someone like that. It's just not me. This is where my moral standpoint is. I can help a friend at this point.
But we're not talking about someone.
And I know
literally hurting a child. We're talking about child pornography by itself. That's what we're talking about. So what I'm saying is, if you are a first-time offender and you get caught buying, distributing child pornography, you shouldn't go to prison, is what you're saying.
I never said that.
Well,
you quite literally did say that, because you said the factors are if they're if they have multiple offenses.
Yes, exactly.
So I took all that out. I took all those variables out. I said
someone that their first
time doing it,
sure,
and they get caught, should they go to prison?
It just depends on obviously. Look, if I'm trained in law, like, details matter, right? So details matter. I don't know the full context of everything, but I will say someone who's just watched it the first time is less likely to be someone who has to go to prison. There are other possibilities that exist.
Okay, well, what are the other factors? Like, essentially, what conditions have to be met in order for a first-time offender of somebody that watches CSAM to go to jail, under your view?
I don't know, but I'm not a judge, so like, who am I to judge?
How about this? If the allegations against Hullo are true, should Hullo go to jail?
I'm not going to answer that question.
Why not?
He's not going to answer that question.
Wait, why not? Why not?
Why would I answer that question, brother?
Give a reason why
you're
you
acting like
give a
I'm really
reason.
stupid. I mean, you can keep
No,
being emotional.
no.
You're very
Hypothetically,
emotional.
hypothetically,
You need
if
to
the
chill out, bro. You
allegations,
need to
listen to
lower
the
your
question.
cortisol, brother.
My cortisol's fine. Hypothetically,
I can tell it's not.
listen. Hypothetically, in Minecraft, if the allegations were true, which we don't know if they
Can I
are,
just say,
should he go to jail?
why am I the chillest person on here? And I'm being hit with all the hate. I'm the most chill person on here.
I can tell you.
It's not a
I can
chill
tell-
thing to say that somebody who's viewing
Whoa,
and
that's
buying
not what I'm
child support.
saying. All I'm trying to say is no one is irredeemable, brother. That's
Okay,
it.
here, you know what? For everybody in here that are thinking, oh, what are all the facts? These are the facts of the case. The fact is,
You can't state what the
Mason
facts are.
admitted.
You can't state what the facts are. Are you the
I
attorney?
can't state what the facts are. Mason admitted that he bought child pornography. He admitted that he did it for his own sexual pleasure. He admitted, and there's screenshots and proof that he used his PayPal to pay for said child pornography. The reason why I can say that is because not only did I personally talk to him myself, I was in the room with him. I recorded it. I talked to him. He looked me dead in my eyes. He admitted everything. Not only did he admit it to me, but after being Mirandized, he admitted everything to the cops as well. So you know what? If you don't want to take my words for it,
JiDion,
after being Mirandized, he admitted it to the cops. He waived his right
JiDion, hold on.
a lawyer.
Be careful there. He admitted what he admitted to the cops, but you don't necessarily know what he admitted to the cops. What he admitted to you, that's fine. You can say that.
Okay, can I read the affidavit, what he admitted to the cops?
You don't need to read it again. What's the whole point of this? The whole point of this is to make
Because
him look
we
bad.
do know
You
what
guys
he
just wanna
admitted to the
keep on making
cops.
him look bad.
You just
When
said that we
realize-
don't know what he admitted to the cops. Yes, we do, from the affidavit.
You're saying making him look bad. He made himself look bad. What do you mean we making him look bad?
The whole narrative that you're painting is trying to make him look irredeemable.
Okay, but didn't he paint this narrative himself by admitting to these things?
Wait. You just said that the narrative that JiDion is painting is trying to make him look irredeemable. Yet the narrative that JiDion is painted is just sharing the fact that yes, in the video on my fucking laptop, he admitted it to JiDion and stating the fact that in the affidavit signed by the cop,
literally
he admitted specifically to spending money on this video of this 6 to 8 year old
I took
girl.
back my compliment.
So in other words, okay,
in
you
my
are
opinion, I looked
affirming
up to you as a
that the
debater.
facts
You're a terrible
make
debater.
him look
You bifurcate
irredeemable.
everything.
That is
It's
your
not just
position.
black and white and everything.
You
in
just
this world, brother.
admitted
It's not
that
just
the
a
facts
one
make
and a
Hullo
two.
look
There are
irredeemable. You just admitted it. You just admitted that the facts make Hullo look irredeemable because everything
didn't say that, bro.
JiDion
I
just
didn't
said,
say that.
okay, is provably true.
Dude, you are genuinely, you're very good. You're just like ABC or CBS. You can push a narrative that you want to push with emotion and passion and zeal. But you have to realize you need to just chill out and you need to realize what is the goal of your content at the end of the day. All I'm trying to push is the message that he is not irredeemable.
Okay, do you think he should take it to trial?
Huh?
Do you think he should take this case to trial?
I mean, honestly, this is like the grown up like messing with two toddlers at this point.
No, I'm asking you.
guys-
this is a grown up
you guys
question.
are
Do you
saying
think
the
he should take it to
stupidest shit.
trial? Yes or no?
Like I will stand
Bro,
on this.
bad
I could die on this hill if you want. I'm
Bad
dying on the
analogy.
hill of trying to get others to heaven, bro. There's no hill that I
Do
wouldn't
you
die
think he
on
should
more
take it to
than that
trial?
hill.
Yes or no?
Brother? This isn't about the trial. I'm just standing up for like talking and with you guys, even though that you guys wanted to scream and do all this nonsense and theatrics the whole time. All I'm trying to say is no one's irredeemable, and at the end of the day, we might as well try to make this this world a better place than where we
quote
started.
unquote, do you think right now he needs to be redeemed?
Everyone needs help with being redeemed, bro. Yeah,
Or what does he need help with being redeemed with?
certain things that
Like?
you know.
Like
Like what?
I guess like daily prayer would help.
No.
But those are actions to get redeemed. I'm saying, what specifically does he need to be redeemed from? What sin is he in the midst of?
True.
I mean, it's so funny. You guys are predictable. I could, I'll just pretend to be stupid like continuously.
Can you tell us what he needs redeemed from? Can you say it? Listen, let's see if you could just repeat after Hullo.
Dude,
Dick pic the whole time.
that's ridiculous, bro.
Was your hand going up?
Is that video real or fake?
Oh, so but I mean, the theatrical effect is funny. Like, you guys don't have to keep on playing these theatrics. What is the point of this today? I wish we could come to like agreements on certain things. That's the whole point of a conversation.
Wait, is this
Okay, so what's the agreement that we should come on?
I like, you guys are trying to be against me the whole time.
Okay, but you know what would be more
It's like,
redeemable if he
hold on. Can I just say this? We probably have a lot more in common than you guys think. Hey, Dean, you want to go down there and virtue signal? No, Jeff, we have nothing in common because you're a pedophile protector. But it's like, genuinely, if you're a reasonable
Read my
person,
mind.
what's that?
I said you read my mind.
Because, dude, at the end of the day, we genuinely probably do. Because if we've got to these platforms on social media to the point, like, I'm nowhere near you guys, but I built 500K followers in 1 year. Like, if I can do that, and you guys have what you've done, obviously, like, we did this for certain reasons, so we have certain intelligence. So I know that you guys can think many different ways, but you're just holding on to a narrative that you want to hold on to, and I'm just trying to say that multiple different possibilities exist in this world, not just like one or two narratives, right?
Are you going to be supporting him like physically in the courtroom? Are you going to be showing up to his court dates?
What's the point of the question, bro? I mean,
I'm going, so I just wanted to know if I would see you.
I guess I'll meet you in person, yeah, bro.
Oh, so I'm gonna see you there. Okay.
How tall are you? How tall are you, bro?
Oh, bro, man, I'm 6 foot, like flat.
Okay.
How tall are you?
6'1".
Oh, you're 6'1". Oh, dang, you're gonna hype mog me.
There's no.
I just wish you could moral mog me. You know, like that would.
I'm not trying to moral mog you. That's the goal, though. We're not trying to moral mog. I literally want to moral equate with you guys and get you guys to, like.
But we can't moral equate.
Wait,
with
hold
you.
on. Wait. Let's agree on this. You guys can push me to be a better person and push better messaging. Well, I can agree that you guys should be better people and push better messaging. We all can want that for each other. Like,
you know what? You know what? My messaging that I tried to put is: don't buy child pornography. Don't support that shit. If you do, you're a pedophile.
Wait.
And
I agree with
if you're
what
going on
saying.
live defending somebody that is in that act, you're a pedophile defender.
You know what? I have a good question. So adults that buy CP of young kids, are they pedophiles?
That's it. It just depends on your definition of what a pedophile is to you, bro.
What's your definition of a pedophile?
Yeah, we're just whatever.
Why does my definition matter when it doesn't matter legally? Why do you care what I think all of a sudden?
Because you put your opinion out there.
You guys want logic.
You put your opinion out there. Just answer the question.
Because no. It's like, you want to know what I specifically
answer
want
the question
at one specific time.
Yo.
And then it's like, wait, no. Let's separate from Mason. What do you think about this, Jeff?
Yo. Wait, easier question. Easier question. Can children consent? Bro.
That's like a philosophical question.
Wow.
No, listen. Listen. I didn't say my answer. You didn't even let me answer.
Answer.
So this depends on what level do you want. Like, legally, under the law of the United States, children cannot consent. If you want me to say that to you.
In your opinion, can a 12-year-old girl ever consent to sex?
Okay, see, now you're being precise. Listen, I don't know, but apparently, listen. Because,
oh my God!
Because if you guys think so, then you have to say all of Islam is terrible. So call out Islam, Dean. Where are you at?
I will happily give you my thoughts on the Quran and Aisha's hadith after you answer the question.
But see, that's an argument also of consent and when consent is.
Sure.
You guys, if you want to try to grill me, you have to hold to your position for everything.
Yeah. No, don't worry. I do. Okay.
Oh,
but
you really do? Go ahead. Then why?
Don't.
So how come Islam isn't bad then?
So
why
I actually
consent?
Okay. I'll answer this first, and then I'm gonna ask the question again.
So that's why I'm saying it's context dependent.
I'm gonna answer
every single specific incident throughout all of history.
Context,
come on, bro.
Listen, just answer the question.
Buddy me.
Stop flailing.
Buddy you, bro.
Stop flailing.
You're literally not even thinking, bro.
Can 12-year-old girls consent to sex?
That's not what I'm trying. I'm trying to argue philosophically.
Yes or no?
You are asking something that is like, it's a hot button topic, and I'm going to get seen a certain way. When I'm trying to say there's something beyond what you're. No, bro, you're laughing and shit. Just it's like it's so stupid.
Oh my god, bro! Can you answer? Can 12-year-old girls consent
I'm not
to sex?
going
A
to
hot
answer
button
your
topic
question
is who
because
are you
it's like-
voting for, Trump or Kamala?
Neither.
Can a 12-year-old consent is not a hot button topic.
He's turning it into a hot button topic, bro. What I'm trying to say is everything matters contextually in this world. I'm not going to answer the question. I don't know the incident.
Okay,
that
so
you're
is there
referring to
any
about the 12-year-old
context
girl.
to where
I'm going to
Mason's
try to hold true
10-year-old
with my
sister can
principles,
consent
though.
to sex?
All right, I'm not going
Is
to
there
like,
any
shit on a whole
context?
different faith.
Is there any context that Mason's
Because
10-year-old sister can
if
consent
I
to
say
sex?
that girls can't, if I say that girls can't consent, then I'm essentially shitting on all of Islam. I can't say that. I don't know.
That's Islamophobic. But listen,
It's not Islamophobic.
Wait, I just want to
Look
clarify.
back
Let's
in
just
the mirror,
focus,
bro.
Let's just focus on the facts. Let's just focus on the
You
facts.
love using
So
just
as it
those
stands,
trigger words and
okay,
buzzwords, bro.
regardless if you think of it shits on all of Islam, okay, because that's not the topic right now. Is there a single
Never
context?
was the topic, bro.
Okay, perfect. Is there a single context where a 10, 11, or 12-year-old girl could consent to sex? Because let me be clear, from my view, my answer is no. In all scenarios, there is never a context where a 10, 11, or 12-year-old girl can consent to sex. Can you say the same thing?
Well, that's good. That's great. I would like to say the same thing, but then, like I said, it would put me up against Islam's belief.
What is this shit? I don't even
Bro,
know
you're a
what's going
Christian,
on.
so what do you care about Islam's beliefs?
That's a good
What
point.
the fuck is going on?
I'm trying to say,
by calling Jesus Christ God, you are going against Islam's belief. What the fuck are you on about? What the fuck are you on about? You're making a fool out of yourself. You look
So
stupid.
wait, is Jesus God?
me trying to get others to heaven will never make me.
Is
look
Jesus
like a fool.
God?
Nice try, Dean.
Is Jesus God, Jeff?
I don't understand why you're asking these questions. Listen, what I'm
You're
gonna say-
asking a Christian. Christian
at the-
Christian.
at
Is
the
Jesus
end of the
God?
day-
Yes or no?
At the end of the day, I'm still standing by what I said. All
Okay,
I'm trying
here.
to say
Did
is no one's
Jesus die
irredeemable.
and resurrect?
Like, no, can I just say this? Listen, Dean is trying to like do a mic drop, and it's like, oh, I'm trying to get you to say, well, obviously, as a lawyer and from the point of the law under United States law, yes, kids cannot consent. So that's my answer. But if you want me to talk about philosophically or conceptually, then maybe open up your brain. But you're unable to open up your brain. You're trying to just pin me down and say, oh, because he won't answer right away, he's morally indignant. And it's like, maybe I can take a few seconds.
What question
because
can
I
you
wanna be-
answer?
shut up. I want to be circumspect with my answer. I'm trying to be circumspect with every one of my answers.
Okay, did Jesus Christ die for our sins?
Yes, but where, like
Okay,
I
so
said,
you're
why
going
are you
against
asking
Islam.
these questions?
You're going against Islam. Because
Yes,
Islam
but I'm
clearly
also
states that Jesus
respecting-
Christ did not die for our sins.
Yes, but I'm also respecting what others believe in, bro.
How
while
are you
at the
respecting
same
what they
time-
believe in when you believe? So you believe the Quran is false because you think that Jesus Christ died for our sins.
I believe the Quran is false, but that doesn't mean Islam is, or Muslims are irredeemable. That's not what I said.
But your whole thing earlier was you didn't want to say that 12-year-olds
Yeah,
can
because
consent
I
because
don't
you don't
want
want
to
to go
say-
against Islam.
because I don't
Yet
want to
right
say
here, right
someone's
now,
irredeemable.
you just said that Jesus Christ died for our sins, which goes against Islam. So why can you say Jesus Christ died for our sins, but you don't want to say that a 12-year-old girl cannot consent to sex? That doesn't make any sense.
No, I literally just said it. Stop trying to trap me. I literally just said
Jeff.
under law. No, shut up, dude. Literally just said under U.S. law. Under U.S. law,
Maxine.
cortisol spike. Shit, I cortisol spike. Under U.S. law, 12-year-old girls cannot consent. There, that is my answer. Yes, 100%. But I'm saying philosophically and conceptually in other domains, if you try to open your brain, it's like, do they? Can they? It's like certain things. If you said, can a kid consent to something else?
No, fair.
For
Like
sure.
in other cultures,
I'm
like they
talking
think it's
about the
okay.
word consent. The word consent. I'm saying consent apart from sex.
Do
I'm not
you
saying-
personally think?
Holy
You're-
shit.
without the
Let
law,
me
do you
finish,
think-
brother? Let me finish.
Do you think a 12-year-old can consent?
I'm saying the word consent. Consent to different things, brother.
Okay,
we're
do you think a
talking about
12-year-old can
sex.
consent to sex?
Okay, well, I didn't know you were talking about sex from the
Well, I
jump, and
said
so that's
sex.
why I paused, bro. But that's
I
why
said
I
sex.
gave you my
Do you think a
answer, and I'm
12-year-old can
saying
consent to sex?
Under U.S. law, no.
No.
12-year-old.
You personally, without U.S. law, do you think a 12-year-old can consent to sex? Let's say you were in the Philippines
I'm not
and
gonna-
you could
this is
have
a
sex with a
stupid question.
12-year-old.
I'm not going to answer the question. No, I'm not going to try to seek out sex with a 12-year-old.
No, I'm not saying you're going to seek out it, but I'm saying if
Well,
you're in
that's
the
my
Philippines
answer,
and you
bro.
could have
Why would
sex
I
with a
do that? Stop
12-year-old,
asking a stupid
would that be
fucking
morally
question.
wrong? If it's
Stop
legal
being
over
fucking
there,
stupid.
would
Stop
that be
being fucking
morally
stupid.
wrong to you?
Bro,
Yes or no?
Why are you like? What's the point of spreading hate? I'm
it's
just
not.
defending
It's not
myself
His
his.
now.
It's a
hate to
question.
say,
No
"Hey,
shit.
I would not have sex with a
Certain acts
12-year-old
are
wherever I
morally
am in the world."
certain acts are terribly like morally indignant. Like you
Is it?
obviously don't want to be doing shit like that. I'm never going to do stuff like that myself, nor am I going to back up someone who's doing that specific stuff. But I'm going to, when I'm called to be there for someone and I feel called to be here for someone, I can actually help them make a change because I've recently had God come more into my life. Then I'm going to do that and I'm going to help my brother in Christ.
Hey,
I'm not going to
Jeff.
be a loser who keeps on trying to push hot button narratives like you, Dean, because obviously I see that you can't change. JiDion, there's a possibility there with you that
What
you're a
do you
more
want me to
reasonable.
change? Can you tell me
No,
what you
that's
want me
not
to
what I'm
change?
saying. I'm saying you're a more reasonable person where you at least you're pushing your narrative, but you're at least
Wait.
listening to me a little bit. Dean,
Wait.
you don't even give a shit what I say.
Why don't
You're just
I
gonna
get the
push your
helping hand?
narrative because
Why
you're
don't I have
doing
your
what you
helping
do for
hand?
views, bro.
Why
What?
won't you give me your helping hand?
Because
You're gonna give Hullo, the fucking pedophile, your helping
Yeah,
hand, but not
I mean,
me.
I would
You
love
just
to.
said
but
that I can't change.
No, I
I'm
didn't say that.
irredeemable.
No, okay.
Yeah, you just and I quote, Dean, you can't change. Where's my fucking helping hand,
I
bro?
didn't say it. I said
Jesus
you're more
Christ.
likely the one to not change, brother.
Jeff, listen. Question: have you ever watched child pornography?
No, and I've actually never watched porn. You know why? When I was 12 years old, listen to this. This is my actual story, and this is why I have an app built to help men stop watching porn. This is why I'm passionate about it. I can want to help out someone who's affected by it while also wanting to stop porn overall. And that's why I'm saying porn because I'm not sure if it's going to like reduce views. I've never had a live like this. But please listen to this story. At least guys, both of you. When I was 12 years old, this is a touching story for real. JiDion, you're funny with the facial expression, but I swear this God. Okay, listen. When I was 12 years old, my cousin, she was a DJ in Miami. I had seen her for Thanksgiving. She was showing me a set in Miami that she was playing. I asked her, "Hey Nikki, why is your name different in the background?" She's like, "Jeff, whatever you do, don't look that up." I looked it up, and unfortunately, that was her stage name and not just her DJ name. And so I saw her with two guys. When I saw her with two guys, I never wanted to watch this shit ever again. So that's why I'm against it. I'm very against it. I don't know, like regular corn and child. Like that's not even a question.
That's great, man. I think
in all
regular
seriousness-
porn can lead to child porn. Me personally,
And here's the thing. Here's the sad thing. She went down a bad lifestyle from it, and then she ended up offing herself. So that's why I literally want to fight against it. But I can also want to help someone who has been touched upon it while wanting to fight against it. I hope you guys can both agree on that one. And that seems to be where the issue is. You act like I can't help someone who has been personally affected with.
but did your
potential
cousin
problems.
commit a crime?
That's not what we're talking about. I'm just trying.
But
I'm trying to let you know what I'm doing. Is what I'm trying to say.
I understand, but did your cousin commit a crime? It's
At least
yes or
you
no.
listen to me. At least you guys both listen to me. I appreciate that.
Did your cousin commit a crime?
A moral crime. Some would say sex work is like I don't agree with any of this.
Okay,
stuff, so you're
sure.
aware.
Legally, did she commit a crime?
Oh,
Guys,
shit.
what is the point? Like at least I got
gotta
to say my.
The
my
point
story.
is you say you want to be there for somebody, but the difference is you're comparing your sister who
I'm not
or your cousin
comparing.
who did
I'm not comparing. I'm not
pornography videos to I want to be there for my friend who got caught buying and jacking it to child porn.
I was just
How?
letting
Those are two completely different categories.
Whoever has a reasonable brain is watching this live knows what I just
he's been
said
talking
versus what
as
you
if
guys
it
would say.
wasn't. And that actually leads me to a great question. Do you think that it's any worse for an adult to watch child porn than it is for an adult to watch adult porn?
Yeah, of course, bro.
Okay, you do?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Just checking. Considering like the
Do
whole
you
defending-
support the work I do with catching predators?
I think people who catch predators, I think what they do is great. I'm not gonna lie. I am a fan of vigilante. There has to be a certain limit. And
So when you say vigilante, are you talking about the pred slappers, or are you talking about the dude them arrested?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I agree. There's an extent. So you rock with like what we do when we get them arrested, right?
Yes, but like I
Okay.
said, there has to be a degree, like an extent, and at least we agreed on like vigilante justice. It sounds savage, it sounds cool, but at the end of the day, it's not promoting the best values because why are you like really hurting this person? Now, what they did was terribly wrong.
They hurt
What they did
others.
was terribly wrong. I can.
So do you support
I can
what we did with
wait,
Mason?
just so you're aware. Wait, hold on. Like Dean, just so you're aware, I can condemn the actions and the sinful actions while also condemning the stuff that follows up, like multiple, like you can do that as well, just so you're aware.
Hypothetically, if you had a daughter and God forbid she was abused and found her way into CSAM material and Hullo spent $25 on her CSAM material, would you want Hullo to go to jail?
That's a great question, bro. I see how you're asking things, but listen,
He's not gonna answer.
yeah, I'm not going to answer the question.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, man. I know.
Yeah, hypothetically, if I slapped the shit out of Hullo, would you try to stop me?
Well, why would you slap the shit out of him? Why are you the offender, bro?
I'd slap the shit out of him because he was jerking it to CP. Would you stop me?
Well, what's two wrongs? Do two wrongs make a right?
So would you?
Whoa, two wrongs. Wait.
That's like asking about abortion.
Two wrongs. Wait. What makes it do wrong?
That's like two.
What did you do wrong?
No, because you're already saying that.
But what was the second wrong?
No. You in that hypothetical, you were saying that he was watching it.
Oh, so
And the second wrong is then hurting someone.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Once again, is this video a hypothetical?
He's on mute, you Dean.
No, I keep getting calls. I just keep getting.
It's fair to say that's probably masturbating.
Yeah.
Okay. I appreciate you being honest about that, dude. I've jerked off at things that I'm not proud of you.
So in that video, when Hullo says that he was masturbating to something, do you know what he was masturbating to?
Because yet again, what is the goal of what you're doing?
Just to try to get you to admit that your best friend is a predator. Honestly.
Listen,
Can you tell us? Do you
who
know
am I
what
to
he
make
said he was
that judgment, bro?
In that clip that we just listened to, can you agree that Hullo said he was masturbating to something?
Brother, you should go to law school too.
You just said something. Who am I to make that judgment? So, at what point, what has to happen for you to be like publicly, okay, he did that? What would have to happen?
Let me say this, JiDion. I can condemn the sin. I don't think anyone should watch CP.
No, you can't condemn the sin. You have it this whole stream.
I just did. I literally just did, Dean. In case you're trying to paint this picture a different way.
Then say it. Then say that Hullo masturbated to CP.
I will not say that.
I know, because you want to
condemn the sin, but he doesn't want to condemn the sinner.
You're being you're literally being purposefully a dumbass. I'm literally saying that I condemn the action of anyone viewing CP. That's
condemn
pretty clear.
Hullo.
I'm not going to condemn my friend.
Condemn Hullo's actions.
I can condemn the watching of CP.
So condemn Hullo's watching of CP.
I will condemn the watching of CP. That's where it is.
So then specifically condemn it for Hullo's instance.
Holy shit, brother.
Can you do
what
that?
is the point of what you're doing?
Wait, okay, I'm going to ask you, would you be a bad friend if you condemn what he did, but still want the best for him?
There's no point to what you're doing. I'm at least, like, I'm acknowledging that it is a sin, right? I'm not rendering legal judgment. I'm saying it's a sin.
Bro, of course you're not rendering legal judgment because you're not a fucking judge and a jury. We're asking you for your personal opinion. In your personal opinion, is that one of Hullo's sins?
I'm not stupid enough to get you guys to make it.
Wait, can I ask you, what kind of law did you practice? Are you a criminal attorney or civil?
Criminal defense.
Criminal. Are you still a lawyer?
I just didn't renew my license. I moved out of state. So no.
Bro.
Okay.
He's not even a fucking lawyer. Like, what are we doing here? do you think...
Wait, Dean, just so you're aware, let me at least just ask you a question, buddy. Was Obama a president or not?
Yeah, Obama was a president, yeah.
So does that still make him a president? Or does that, when we refer to him, we do say President Obama, do we not? So that's why I'm still a lawyer.
You're right. No, you're absolutely right. Your logic...
Were you criminal or prosecuted?
But the reason why it wouldn't apply to you...
Once a president, always a president.
Jeff, were you criminal or defense?
Certified the bar exam, by the way.
Were
you criminal or defense, Jeff?
Yeah.
Were you criminal or defense?
Criminal defense.
Okay, criminal defense. Okay. Have you ever represented somebody in a child pornography case?
No, that's why I'm not trying to act like an expert.
Oh, okay. Wait, also you're saying once a president, always a president, once a lawyer, always a lawyer?
Yeah.
Once a pedophile, always a pedophile.
So
no, that's not true.
Wait, hold on.
I'm talking about designate. Come on, no, you're literally, man. You are such a leftist, bro. It's wild.
Oh yeah,
you'll never grow up out of being a leftist. Do you know that there's like a middle? There's a middle you can be in.
Jeff, since you're a criminal defense lawyer, you know how legal cases work, right? So if you have a client who not only admitted on camera to some random YouTubers, but also admitted to the cops, and the child pornography was found, what would you advise that client to do?
Why does my legal judgment matter? But I would advise no more talking about anything.
Let's say would you take a plea or would you take it to trial?
I'm not going to talk about what my legal strategy would be because my legal strategy doesn't matter. I'm not the lawyer on the case.
Are you going to represent? Are you going to represent him? Well, you're not. You're not barred in Florida.
Exactly. I'd have to take the bar again.
No.
But just so you're aware, Dean, my bar score was high enough on the first try, so I would be accepted in any state. But it's been a while since I took the bar, so I'd have to take the bar again. And there's no point. I'm not going to. Obviously, it's like I'm not a specialist in this. I'm not claiming to be a specialist. I'm not claiming to be a specialist in the law. I was at least good enough in law school to be a specialist in constitutional law and to be fifth in my class in law school. That's it. That's all I can say.
Do you know who Bruce Rivers is?
Bruce Rivers?
Yeah. He's a very high respected criminal defense lawyer. He has a YouTube channel with over 1 million subscribers. I brought up this case to him and I told him all the parameters, and I told him how he not only admitted to me, but he also admitted to the cops. And he said that, and I also told him that they found the child pornography. And you know what he told me? He said that he's fucked and that he should take whatever plea deal the prosecutors say to give.
Yeah. Also, the reason why the lawyer said he's fucked is because he admitted to it. Just to clarify, if that wasn't, obvious.
Oh, we didn't get that, Mr. Leftist, who wants to keep pushing his ABC narrative and CNN.
Oh, wait.
But why would you push him to admit to it and be honest about it, or would you just tell him to be quiet? Like, as a Christian, wouldn't the best policy be honesty?
It's a difference between being a Christian versus being a lawyer. I know there's different roles. You put on different hats at certain times in your life, brother.
Okay, so what hat's more important, your Christ hat or your lawyer hat?
That's a good one. This is a good philosophical question, to be honest with you. I'll agree with you on that.
It's actually a pretty fucking easy one. So,
which one's more important?
Yeah, this is why.
Since you didn't come to him as a lawyer, though. You came to him as a friend.
Maybe it cut out. I didn't hear what you guys were saying for a second.
I was saying you came to him to bring him to Christ, right?
Yes, but I also know when it's best to put certain hats on at different times. Yet again,
so if you
guys
come
are
to him to give him the Christ,
why would you two options at any given time? It is wild.
If you came to him to give him the Christ, why would you then put on your lawyer hat?
Maybe when you just fully develop your brain, Dean, first of all, and then JiDion, you're out there. It's like you realize that alternate realities exist.
Hey,
bro, Dean be quiet and you be throwing shots at him. Like, genuinely, I'm actually surprised. I thought you would be more mad at me for what I did, but it seems like you're more upset with Dean.
Dude, JiDion, I pissed people off.
Because at least JiDion, you're funny because you push your narrative, but you respect it to a little bit. Dean he doesn't give a shit. He's just gonna push his narrative all day. There's no alternate possibility.
No,
ever.
listen, buddy. You know how many shits I give? Because I do give a couple. Can I tell you how many I give?
25.
25 max. Yeah, 25 max.
How do I know what you're gonna say, Dean?
Well, because you know how much your friends spend on CP. That's how.
No, more so because I know how you think.
Actually, he spent a lot more on that. He spent a lot more than 25. I saw the PayPal transactions. Not good. Not good.
Oh, also earlier, I just wanted to clarify this. When I said the reason why he's fucked is because he admitted to it, you responded by saying, "Yeah, Dean, I get that." So just to clarify, you quote unquote get that your friend admitted to it.
Or people sending you clips of it. It's like if I said something, it's like that's wild, bro. I'm trying to be very precise with what I'm saying, but at the same time, if there could be overlap, I could have said it to a previous thing that you were saying. So come on, that's just wild. You're gonna take everything.
Jeff, are you gonna react to? Are you gonna watch my full video of the interview I had with him?
If you want me to, man to man, I can do. Yeah, sure.
Or here, you know what, man to man. I'll DM you later. I'll send you the full 2-hour video. Would that change your opinion on anything if I sent you the full 2-hour video?
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. You guys can paint him, and anyone can paint him a certain way.
I'm not trying to paint him. I'm saying a raw 2-hour interview. Would that change your mind in any way?
Give me 3 sentences. Everyone can paint my friend a certain way. Okay, it's totally fine. And of course, if I watch that stuff, there of course could be a different emotional response. But there is nothing that will make me ever change from the fact that I believe that no one is beyond redemption, and I'm going to just try to help out my friend at the end of the day. Of course, I'm staying quiet about certain things on this live because he has a case going on. I'm not stupid. You guys could keep the truth is better, Jeff. Listen, sure, for sure. But what I'm trying to say is I'm not going to put my friend in harm's way. I would never do that. I'm at least consistent with everything I've been saying. I'm trying to at least push people to God, and the goal is to get everyone to heaven at the end of the day.
It's okay to put your friend in harm's way when they put children in harm's way, just to let you know.
But this is making Christians look bad. Like a lot of people were saying.
It's really not, bro.
No, a lot of people were saying this is making us look bad.
Not really. It actually shows that a fully developed Christian wants everyone to get to heaven, and not only some people.
When is Mason going to apologize to Livian?
I don't even know who that is.
You know who Livian is.
Is that her name?
You don't know? He's your friend and you don't know his ex-girlfriend's name?
Her name's not Livian.
It is. It's Liv.
Livia. You mean
Livia. Okay, my bad.
Okay,
Livia.
That's not confused. I don't.
My bad. My apologies. When is he going to apologize to her?
I don't think he should contact her personally. That's just what I think.
Is it because she outed him, or is it because of the other thing?
No, I just think that once an ex and once what's the point? Maybe years down the line for sure, but things are too.
Okay, do you think he was wrong for, he has a girlfriend, and do you think it's wrong for a partner to watch child pornography when they're in a relationship with someone else?
I will say this: I think it is wrong of anyone, no matter the sex, to watch pornography of any sex while in a relationship.
Do you feel bad for her?
Well,
that she had to go through this?
I feel bad for certain things, for certain individuals, for certain reasons, bro.
But do you feel bad for her?
You can feel bad for her and also feel bad for him. I feel bad for both of them.
Wait, what do you feel bad for her about?
You guys are, like I said, you bifurcate the world into only two.
No. That was a fair response. You say you feel bad for her and you feel bad for him. I'm just saying,
yes, exactly.
What do you feel bad for her about?
Listen, it's based on your implication of what you're just saying right there. I don't think I need to spell it out any further.
Why do she received death threats by outing that. People were calling her a liar.
I received death threats too. I mean, bro, it's like, come on, we're on the internet.
But you know the difference is she received death threats for reporting him to the police.
That's not Mason's fault. That's just like male behavior.
It is his fault though. You know it's his fault because he was reposting videos of people saying that he's innocent.
Let me finish.
And the fake screenshot. He put it on his story.
Guys, hold on. Let me finish. Come on. It's just male behavior, herd mentality. Guys are going to say stupid things when they're anonymous and look, oh my God, the guy who's a misogynist can say this about males. It's like, yes, I can, because I don't think just black and white like you guys are thinking. That
so was Mason wrong in posting those fake screenshots? Because he told me on video those screenshots were faked and that someone just sent it to him and told him to post it. And he knew they were fake. So do you think he was wrong for posting those fake screenshots?
I'm not going to render judgment on that, bro. Like, come on.
You can't even say that's wrong?
Yeah, bro, I'm not going to render judgment on it because I'm not going to do any damage to the case. I'm not stupid.
Can I get like 30 to 40 seconds uninterrupted?
You got it, Dean.
Just depends.
Listen, I'm going to be honest. I think this whole time that, we've been beating around the bush a little bit. And of course, the reason why is because you're pretty hard to get answers out of. But if, we're going to talk about, the brass tacks here, it's pretty simple. You're a piece of shit for sticking by your friend even after he got exposed for jerking his penis and masturbating to child pornography.
You are trying to get people to heaven.
I'm going to give you...
but I'm going to cut you off there because I think I'm trying to get other people to and make people realize that people aren't irredeemable. That's all I'm trying to say.
Not all. Okay, thank you. You are also a piece of shit because you were unwilling to admit...
You're throwing stones from a glass house, bro.
I'll wait. That's fine. You were also a piece of shit because you were unwilling to admit that he did it when he admitted to doing it.
I'm not going to, because he has a case going on. That's the reason why, dumbass.
Okay.
Like, this is so easy to counter every point you make.
Okay. So you said that
but you're not countering it because you're a lawyer and you're not even connected to the case. So what you say...
Oh my God, maybe my counter didn't fit the narrative of what your counter would be, but that was my counter.
The fact that he has a case going on doesn't change anything. If one of my friends was exposed...
Yes, it does change something, you dumbass. Because legally stuff I say can impact it.
How?
It
How?
should impact
How?
as
How?
fuck.
It should
How?
You guys are
impact
both
it.
acting
You should be
stupid.
serving as a witness for the prosecution. If you were a good person, you would be serving as a witness for his prosecution.
Where are you making that moral judgment? Where
Because
do you derive
good
your morality?
people don't align themselves with predators. Good people
You
don't align
dumbass.
themselves
That's
with
not
people
what
who
I'm
engage in the
saying.
institution
I'm
of
saying
30
someone
hard
can be
carrots.
redeemable. I'm trying to say everyone can be redeemable.
The fact,
You
listen
want
to
God,
me.
Dean.
Listen
Brother,
to me.
you can keep
And
on.
I
you're
am
on your
not
moral
acting as if
soapbox,
I
bro.
am. I'm not
Yes, you
acting as
are,
if
bro.
I am
It's
God.
absolutely ridiculous.
I'm not acting as if I am God.
Bro,
We
you got me
know.
cortisol
Listen,
maxing here, bro.
we know the reason why you've been beating around the bush the whole time and not giving direct answers is because there's a case going on. But I will say it again.
At least you admit that.
I understand that's why you've been acting the way you are, but
Thank
that
you.
still yet makes you a piece of shit. Because if you were not a piece of shit, if you were a good moral human, you would actively be online advocating against him and everything that he stood for, and you would probably be talking to the state's prosecutorial team to serve as a witness if he doesn't plead guilty. You need to stand with the victims, you need to stand with the survivors, you need to stand with the children, and you need to stand with the sane members of society that unilaterally detest those actions. The fact that there's a case going on should not silence your ability to speak up and speak out about who this man is and what he's done. In fact, it should only give you more reason to speak louder, to tell us what we don't already know, and get him more fucking time in jail, more charges on the record, because people like that aren't safe. They're not safe.
All right,
Like,
Joe, I
the
get
fact that there's a
30
case going on
seconds
doesn't
since
shield
I
you
gave
from
you 40
anything. In
seconds.
fact, it gives you more
Can I
reason to
get 30
speak up
seconds since I
louder.
gave you 45 seconds?
Yes.
All right. I can have compassion and sympathy for the victims. All right, bro? That's a possibility as well, just so you're aware.
Not if you're unwilling to say that he's guilty. No, you can't.
You can't say he's guilty. You're not court. You're not a court of law, bro.
Yes, we could use other means than courts of law to determine things in which are true. You idiots.
No. You said guilty, bro. You didn't say true.
The definition of guilty means to be responsible for. He is responsible for those
I'm saying
actions.
there's a difference between rendering a legal judgment versus rendering, like you're talking about factual reality. Dude, you know
Yes.
that exists too. You can keep on saying, oh, you're grilling me and stuff, but it's like, no, just slow it down. Listen to what I'm saying. Maybe you need to slow what I'm saying down because you're not understanding what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is pretty easy, to be honest with you. I mean,
Then make it clear.
It's throwing me off all these freaking gifts.
You
and
wanted
shit.
45 seconds. What's fucking easy? Tell us.
That I can also feel compassion and sympathy for the victims while also wanting to help my friend be a better person.
What victims? You don't think victims exist because you don't think he did it.
I didn't. Holy shit, bro. You're literally you're worse than that woman who interviewed Jordan Peterson and literally put every question, like that viral interview with the purple background. Like, it's literally worse than that. You're
Yeah, bro, you could
genuinely-
call me a woman because I'm holding your ass accountable. And the reason why you say that
that's
is
not
because
why I
you know
said
men
it.
are unwilling to
I
do
said
that.
it because-
That is, you are a man that is unwilling to hold other men accountable. Therefore, you think the only people who do hold men accountable
You're
are women.
you're
And
literally
that's
a
why
sheep.
you're calling me one.
I-
You're
no-
calling me a woman because I'm willing to hold shitty men
Okay, I'm
like
just
you
a
and your friend
misogynist
accountable.
online. Yep. I'll take it, bro.
You said it, not me, bro. You said it. I never.
I'm
you never
fine.
used
I'll
that
take
Yo,
word.
Dean. Jeff, I got a question.
Can I just finish what I was going to say? Please, can I just finish what I was going to say first?
Okay, yeah, you got it.
I mean, this is kind of like my live and shit.
Wait, hold up. I'm sleepy. Oh, the hat went away.
Multiple things can exist at once. I can feel compassion for victims. I can believe that victims exist. Like, okay, Dean, you want to say I don't believe? No, I actually do. Obviously, victims exist in any circumstance where there's a morally wrong act. Obviously, there should be some type of punishment. And I'm also condemning the act. I'm also condemning the sin. I'm not talking about my friend because I don't want to put his case in any jeopardy. At least you acknowledge that. And so that's why I'm answering things in a very circumspect way.
How are you putting his case in jeopardy by saying that he did it? How?
Dude, that has to be the stupidest question I've ever
Answer.
heard. You're
If it's so
genuine.
stupid, it should be really easy to answer.
It's so stupid, I'm not going to answer.
Do you really think the prosecution is going to
Answer
use what you say
self-evident.
in this live stream against him?
Well, that's the thing, JiDion. That's not putting the case in jeopardy. That's making sure that the case is not in jeopardy.
No.
This man-
It's not even that. Do you really think the prosecutors are going to use this live stream as evidence against your friend? Do you really think that?
Maybe you guys don't realize, but I'm not going to say anything that's going to harm my friend.
Okay. Now, I was asking you this. Do you think Liv should have talked to him before she went to the cops?
Let's be specific. Are you acting in this precise incident? Or are you saying girls in general?
No, no.
Please.
In this precise incident, do you think she should have talked to him before she went to the cops?
100%.
About, okay, even though he was abusive to her, and she told me the reason why she had to get out of that house is she told me that if she would have confronted him about that, she said there was no way I was going to be able to leave that house.
Listen.
Very valid, by the way.
What I'm gonna say is this. This is what I want to say.
Okay.
Generally, couples, when something bad happens where it leads to a breakup, should probably talk privately before anything goes public. That's all that
And
I'm
what
trying
happened
to
to
say.
Celeste? What happened to Celeste when she did that?
Bro, I don't pay attention to news like you. I'm not.
I know that JiDion does.
I don't even know who Celeste is. I'll be honest with you.
JiDion, what happened to Celeste when she told David that
He killed
she
her.
didn't want to be, yeah, in that relationship?
So,
anymore?
I mean,
Like I
I'm
said,
gonna be honest
Is
with you,
that
man.
the
Do you
D4VD
think?
guy? Hold on. I'll answer. Is that the D4VD guy? That you
Yeah,
guys are talking about?
yeah.
Well, listen, I don't know much about it at all. Like genuinely, I don't pay attention to stuff like that because I've been making my own different type of content and stuff. But obviously, like I think he killed.
But here, this is my
killed a
okay.
lion or
I mean, you're a
something like that.
lawyer. You're a lawyer, so I'm not a lawyer, but bro, you know, I do this for a living. None of my cases, and for everybody in the chat's like, who's this black dude? You know, I catch child predators for a living, and we get them arrested. We just got a dude who had a bunch of child pornography sentenced to 40 years in Tyler, Texas. So I feel like I have a say in this because, you know, I do this for a living. I get predators locked up. Now, you said she should have talked to him before she went to the cops.
Because I'm operating under the principle that I just said. That's why I'm saying.
Okay, that's fine.
In general,
But listen.
couples and that's what I
Okay,
think.
so do you think a wife who found that her husband murdered somebody should talk to him about it first before going to the cops? Do you think that would be safe for her?
That's a good question. That's obviously different, and I didn't say that she shouldn't.
I'm just
a
saying,
good one.
like, do you think it's safe for
obviously-
someone who found somebody in a crime to
Let's
talk to them about that
get at-
crime
let's
with
get
no
at
one
what
else
you're getting
around?
at. Let's get at what you're getting at. There has to be a point in which you believe. It doesn't matter which sex, right? We have to hold consistent. It doesn't matter which sex it is, but there has to be a point in a relationship where it gets so bad that you can't privately speak to someone. For sure, there's definitely a point in any relationship, most likely between whatever sex, that exists.
But listen,
So I will
she would have
acknowledge that,
talked
bro.
to him if she would have. She went on his phone thinking that he was cheated on her. If she would have found him talking to another girl, she would have talked to him about that.
But brother,
if she would have went through his phone and found out that he was DL, she would have talked to him about that. But you wanted her to sit there and talk to him when she's seeing babies getting raped? What is there to talk about?
listen, that's not what I'm saying.
Thank
at
you
all.
for grounding, like everyone in reality, JiDion, and I think that's needed.
It's your
Thank you.
reality of your perception of reality, bro. Everyone's own perception. All I'm trying to say is, in general, couples should keep it between themselves. There has to be a point, of course. Like you said, if someone, like if the woman found out that the guy murdered someone, or if the woman finds the guy to be a violent threat, it's probably at that point in which she should go to the police. Now let's flip the sexes. You guys got to hold consistent. If a guy finds that a woman's a violent threat at a certain point, he should probably just go to the police as opposed to talk. But stuff that can be talked about that doesn't involve violence, that doesn't get to the point of that, I think should be settled between the couples. That's all I'm trying to say. And you're still trying to paint me in a bad light, Dean. It's like, how can you view that differently unless you're purposefully ignorant?
Think about what JiDion just said, bro.
Think about what I
Find
just
out.
said, bro.
Okay, let's
Did you
think about
listen
what
to me?
everyone just said. Yes, just think about it. You find out that your partner is watching videos of babies getting brutally raped. There's nothing to talk about in that scenario. That's not something that you just get coffee over.
How's there nothing to talk about in that scenario?
Because we already know.
Well, here,
everything.
no. Here, you know what?
Because
Hold
I
up.
think
There
a
is something to
partner-
talk about. Listen,
I think,
Jeff. I agree with you. There is something to talk about in that scenario.
Excuse me. A partner should want the best for the other partner if they want the relationship still. If they don't want the relationship, that's fine. They can talk about ending the relationship. But all I'm trying
Okay,
to say is,
Jeff. No, I just want to say this: that you definitely should talk to your partner about that, and she did talk to him about that. But was she wrong in going to the police first before she talked to him about it?
I'm not going to answer that, dude. Come on.
Why?
Yet again, you guys are trying to trap me in some stupid. It's just the narrative that you guys
Why?
got to keep on because
Okay,
why,
let's just
why can't
depersonalize
Dean,
this.
no hold on
Let's
Dean,
depersonalize this away
why
from
can't
Hullo and
I
Liv.
get you why can't I trap you in a certain area? I'm not trying to trap you in a
Because
certain
I'm
area.
not the one defending pedophile. You can't trap me. Okay? Because my beliefs align with common decency, common sense in the world around us. And I'm going to make that point clear. I'm not trying to trap you. JiDion's not trying to trap you. Your
can say
own
that all day,
belief.
bro.
One moment. Your own
People can see the
belief
truth. All they need
structure
to see
is
is literally
trapping
what
you.
you say.
Okay? You have put yourself in the corner by deciding to stand by a pedophile thick and thin.
You're willfully ignorant, bro. You're willfully ignorant to your
About
own language
what?
that you
What
use.
am I ignorant to?
To the language that you use. You're specifically using precise language to put me and paint me
Such
in a
as
certain way.
pedophile? Such as pedophile, right? We do use that word to describe adults who jack off to 8-year-olds getting raped. We do. I'm sorry. Cry
That's not what I'm
about it.
talking
But
about.
we
You're
do.
willfully
We
ignorant,
do
bro.
use that
You're willfully
word
ignorant.
to
You literally
describe
just
that
want
event.
clips. You just want clips and views, bro. What is your point, bro?
Bro, you think you could give me views? You're fucking no one. Listen, I don't
That's
need
not what I'm
views from
saying.
you.
Oh, you think
Get
I'm
the fuck out of here.
Dude, I gained
Listen,
500,000 followers in a year, bro.
Yeah, and I made fucking 7 million. Who the hell are you? All right? It's not about followers. It's not
When
about
did you start?
views,
When did you start?
okay?
When
It's
did you
about
start?
trying
When did
to
you start?
get humans, men, just to be better for the world
When did
around
you start,
them.
bro?
I started in 2022. From
Oh.
2023 until 2024. Sorry, no. From 2024 until
You made 7
2025.
million?
Yeah, 7 million followers.
Oh, I thought you meant $7 million.
No, followers.
Oh,
7
man, I was
million
about to be like, yo,
followers.
Doesn't your
TikTok ain't that
TikTok
good?
have 2
2024
million?
until
2 million?
2025. But that's not even the fucking point because we're not here to talk about followers. We're here to talk about the fact that
You're
good
saying
men
that I'm a
shouldn't
no
align
one, and
themselves
you're
with
just
predators.
acting, bro. I'm someone who's actually trying to push for the teachings of Jesus. Like, just that no one is irredeemable. So you can say that I'm a no one all day. Was Jesus a no one? I don't
Okay,
think you would
but
say
does
that.
does
All I'm
that
trying
mean
to do is
someone's
push out the same
irredeemable if they're in
teachings,
prison
bro.
for life? Does that mean they're irredeemable if they're in prison for life? Yes or no?
Who am I? I'm not going to render judgment on someone like that. You
No,
guys are just
I'm going to say
ridiculous.
no. Just because you're in prison for life doesn't mean you're irredeemable.
Okay, exactly, but I'm not going to render that judgment. You can render that judgment if you want. Who knows whether they're
Bro,
irredeemable?
you
All I'm
or
trying to
I
say,
should render that judgment, but that's what's going to happen to your friend. Whether you like it or not, he has priors. He ran over a homeless man. This isn't like his first offense or anything. He ran over a homeless man, and then he didn't even stop to check up on him. And he's on probation, and now he's caught with child pornography. Not only is he caught with child pornography, but he's caught lying, saying that it was all fake, and also making memes and jokes about it. That's your friend.
Bro,
That's the fact.
he ran over a homeless man?
I know all
Yes,
this
he ran
stuff,
over a
bro.
homeless man. Yes.
Like,
He has a suspended license. He cannot drive.
okay, so yeah, this guy is violent. He is an amoral deviant.
So technically, he's not a first-time offender. This is not his first run-in with the law.
He is a first-time offender. He was a kid when that happened, just so you're aware.
Wait, does that erase the offense?
I didn't say that, but you guys are really
Okay,
keen.
then he's not a first-time offender.
No, but you guys are really keen on obviously like realizing that there's an age difference between those who can consent versus who can't. So he was actually
Bro,
juvenile when he did that.
I got a kid arrested that was in high school.
Can he consent?
Kid, fucking trying to meet up with a 12-year-old. He got his ass arrested. He's gonna get convicted
consent?
soon.
Can he consent? Can the
Can he
guy in
consent
high
to
school
what?
consent?
Can he consent to what?
Can he consent to sex?
Can a 17-year-old consent to sex? A 17-year-old cannot consent to sex. Yet when a 17-year-old intentionally targets a 12-year-old girl and attempts to force themselves on them,
Boy.
it is still yet rape.
It was a 12-year-old
Do you
boy.
realize that
Boy.
you don't know whether a 17-year-old can consent because in certain states in America, in case you didn't realize, Dean, the age of consent is 16.
Yeah, so if the age of consent was 12,
So obviously,
would
since
this mean
17 and
that 13-year-old
16-year-old,
brides were raped?
they can consent. How about that? Is that news
If the
to you?
age of
Holy
consent
shit,
was 12,
you don't know everything,
if
brother.
the age of consent was 12, would 13-year-old brides still be getting raped? Yes,
Brother, you don't
because
know.
the law doesn't dictate
You're
morality.
acting like you know. It's like, come on, bro.
You know I'm right.
You're a joke, bro.
Yeah. The only joke I see here is you and your 25 max brain cells. Get the fuck out of here, kid. Pipe down.
I just think it's so
I
alarming that
keep
you're
on
putting
running
all this
circles around you
effort.
intellectually.
You're putting
You
all
just
this
have a
effort
bigger following.
towards Mason.
I'll
when
get
you
there.
could've-
I'm just starting, bro. I'm just starting to cook.
Have
I'll reach
you
your
ever
level,
tried to help out
and then we
Liv?
can debate in person when you realize that I'm just not no one.
Have you ever tried to help out Liv?
Bro, why would I help out someone who my friend broke up with? That makes zero sense.
Because she had to witness child pornography on his phone.
You guys are just acting stupid.
And she had to be by, and you know what? I'm not gonna even put out there what else she had to do, but you know what else she's going through as well.
I feel like there gets to a point where I just have to turn this off. This is getting like ridiculous. You guys are just asking the stupidest thing. If you guys tried to listen to me or tried to put out a good message of just coming to God and just trying to come to and helping others too, but it's like, of course, the agnostic
Who's
is
more
never
victim in
going
the
to do it.
situation, Mason or his ex?
Brother, you guys are just like doing the same thing. It's just like an endless.
Who's more of a victim,
relentless-
Mason or his ex?
relentless? You won't give it up. You just won't give it up.
You won't give up, Mason. You won't give it up. You
It's
won't
my
give it up.
life. I mean, I'm just chilling here, bro. It's like-
You know, he is out on bond now, so you know he's not gonna be getting touched and jumped, but he is gonna go to prison, and you know that.
we don't know
And you
that.
might. Who knows? Are you gonna be a character witness?
We don't know whether he's going to go to prison or not.
I do know he's gonna go to prison.
Appreciate you, Vex.
We don't know that.
You don't take a child porn. You've never done a child porn case. You don't take child porn cases to trial because you know why? Here, I'll tell you, Dean. This is why you don't take child chat. This is why nobody takes child porn cases to trial because when they find that stuff on your phone and you decide to take it to trial, what ends up happening is the prosecutors are gonna pick they're not going to show the jury all the videos, but they're going to pick the worst, most grotesque, most brutal videos, and they're going to show that to the jury.
But
So
JiDion,
video.
Hold on, let me just inform all of the viewers here. Just because that you think people come to a plea deal in most cases, which most likely is true if you look up the stats. I agree with you. I'm not denying what you're saying, but you do realize a plea deal can result in probation and stuff.
But you know what? I am not going to allow
Holy shit,
that
it's
to
another
happen.
possibility.
Listen,
Holy
Jeff,
shit,
I'm not going to
that's
allow
another
that to
possibility.
happen. I'm not going to allow that.
Rehabilitation is a thing and probation is a thing.
Listen.
Prison time isn't
Jeff,
the
I
only
understand that, but
punishment.
Jeff, I'm not going to allow that to happen. You know why? I'm going to make sure
Well,
that
you
the
can't
county
say
of
that.
Sarasota makes an example. I'm going to be using my audience, and I hope Dean uses his audience to pressure I think his name is Joshua. I forget his last name, but the head prosecutor of Sarasota County, we're going to pressure him to make sure there are no plea deals. I'm going to make them feel
Why
so
do you
much
need to
pressure.
You know what, bro? I got
Wait,
you.
hold on. That's funny. If you guys believe in the truth, why do you need to pressure him so much? Oh my God!
Because
Now
we
you guys
all
believe
have
in
the
the
We're
truth.
pressuring him to make sure he doesn't give him
you're
no
gonna
light
pressure-
plea deal.
Coerce him.
No,
Yeah,
no. We're
You're
going to pressure him to
bribe
make sure he
bro.
doesn't give
Are
no
you getting
light
this
plea
on camera?
deal.
Who's getting this on camera? Oh my God!
We're
why
going
are
to
you
pressure him into not giving no
I thought
light
you
plea
believe in the
deal.
truth.
Listen, buddy.
Because your buddy's not going to take it to trial.
Jeff, I understand that you're crashing out, but to be clear,
I
JiDion,
wasn't crashing out at all.
JiDion never said that he wants to like pressure the prosecutorial team to like unfairly invade and infringe.
I'm pretty sure we have him on
on
video
his like
saying that he's
on his
gonna
4th and
pressure the
14th
DA,
Amendment
bro.
rights to due
I
process.
said we're going to
But
pressure
to
the
place
DA
public pressure.
to
You guys are
not
gonna
give
pressure
any
the-
light.
And why do you
Yes.
need
Plea
to pressure
deal.
the DA? Why can't you just let the truth get out there, brother?
But
Because your logic against you. Oh my God!
If you take a
oh my
plea,
God! I'm using
you
your
have to
logic
plead
against you.
guilty.
This guy's
So you're
wrong.
being a
Exactly.
dumbass right now. You're supposed to be a
No, I'm
lawyer.
not being a
If you
dumbass.
take
I'm
a
just
plea
acting
deal,
like
you're
you
literally
guys.
pleading
Holy
guilty.
shit, he said he's
So
gonna
how
pressure
are we
the DA.
tampering with it if he takes a plea deal? How are we tampering with it if you take the plea deal? You dumbass.
I didn't
You're
say
actually
that. You
acting
said
like
that
a
you're
dumbass.
gonna.
Dude,
Of
all
course,
that
you're calling
JiDion
me insults now
all that-
because you
all
guys
that
are
JiDion is
stuck.
saying-
You
Listen.
you're a lawyer and you don't understand. How can you pressure?
I unfortunately just
Yeah.
cooked both of you guys with your own logic.
You
Unfortunately, you didn't.
You unfortunately cooked the last of your brain cells because you're actually
now my
acting like
brain
a
cells are
dumbass.
cooking. No.
So the reason
you
why
literally
you didn't
just
cook-
admitted that you pressured
Listen,
the DA.
the-
And that's
the
funny
reason-
that you only
I can
only swear
describe-
at me after I finally come back at you guys.
I could
Okay.
describe to you why
Is
you're
it a
arguing
crime
Just
to
swear at
pressure
me.
the DA? Is it a crime to pressure the DA to
It just depends what
go
you
in-
mean by pressure, bro. It just means what you mean by pressure.
Okay, what it means by pressure, by using my audience to tell them, hey, we demand that you give the max, 25 max. That's what I mean.
Listen. What JiDion's saying here is clear. You're quite obviously being insane. So all that JiDion is saying is that given he pleads guilty, we want to ensure.
Why'd you mute him?
He muted me. So all that JiDion is saying here, and the reason why you're so obviously misled, is JiDion is essentially saying that given Hullo pleads guilty, so therefore we know the truth.
Here,
that the prosecutorial team.
Listen. Are you
is gonna
going
have
to put
him
money on
simple.
his books when he pleads guilty?
I'm just fucking with you guys. What's that?
Are you gonna put money on his books when he plead guilty?
Brother, I'm not going to talk about what I'm going to do procedurally or not. That's not like we've gone past this point.
Are you
I'm
gonna
gonna
go visit him?
I'm going to stick to everything that I've been
Probably.
saying, bro.
What are you gonna put on his commissary? How much are you gonna give him? 25 max?
Bro, like what is your obsession?
That was a good one, huh? That was a good one. That made
the
you
question
laugh.
is, what is your obsession?
Even you laughed about that one. That was a funny
There are
one.
many things in this. Oh shit.
Bro, that's God fucking smiting you down.
Oh,
You better-
smart. Maybe it
change
is
your
a
ways,
maybe
buddy.
it is a sign that it's pretty crazy. Yeah, I know it's yellow now. But listen, that's awesome. Who brought light? God. Great. Yes, let's turn people to Christianity. That's great while we have the opportunity. We all want people to get to heaven. That's the only thing that I'm trying to get at the end of the day. You can hate me all you want, but I just want everyone to get to heaven.
So what would be the
And I
best
want
way
people
for Mason to get
redeemed.
to
I want
heaven?
people to be saved. I want people to do better in this world.
What would be the best way for
I just
Mason to
want
get to heaven?
people to do better. I want men to take accountability. I want women to take accountability.
Whoa, wait,
and then I want
you
people
want
to do
men
better
to
in
take
this world.
accountability.
And I want victims.
You want men-
I want
so
the
why
best
won't
for
you have
victims.
Mason take
I'm literally
accountability?
just trying to let you know what my platform is.
You
bro.
literally
So
just
thank you for
said
letting
you
me
want
say
Mason
that.
to take accountability. You said you want men to take accountability.
Yeah.
He has taken accountability, brother.
Speaking
talk
of
to
men
me.
taking accountability, now
So taking accountability would be not dragging out the court process and taking a plea on his arraignment, right?
is this an example of a man taking accountability? Like this video where he admits it? Like, can you is this an example of a man taking accountability?
Like that you saw? Is that accountability to you? Jeff, is that accountability? Yes or no? You're smiling.
No, because I keep on trying to mute him. It's like I'm
Wait,
trying to answer the
Jeff,
question.
is him admitting that he jacks it to
Chill
kids
out, Dean.
taking
Let me answer the
accountability?
question, bro.
Is that accountability? Yes or no, bro?
I'm gonna say accountability. The private conversation we had about accountability, I think, matters the most because I can see where his heart is, and I can see that he genuinely wants to do better in his life. That's what I'm gonna say. I'll say that.
And I know I talked to him too, man. You know, we both talked to him. We both got the privilege of talking to him. He might have been a little bit more. I might have asked a little bit more hard hitting questions than you did. I don't know if you want to hear about like his sexual preference and stuff. But I mean, you know, what he told us is, hey, you know, the regular porn wasn't hitting it anymore, so he wanted to try something different.
Well, listen, you could equate that to like addictions, right? Some people need harsher and harsher things.
Oh my
But that
God!
doesn't mean no. Listen, hold on, Dean. So someone with a heroin addiction say, "Fuck, heroin's just not cutting anymore. I gotta use meth." Well, that doesn't mean that person's beyond saving. It just means, unfortunately, they're turning to worse things.
See, the difference between drugs and child porn is that one involves small innocent children and the other doesn't.
For sure, bro.
For sure. Like, can we see that?
Unfortunately, involves two parties. Unlike what I was just saying, where the drug addiction involves one. But that doesn't mean that you can render judgment on someone.
Is that a big difference, though? I think that's a big difference, right? One involves like child rape and whatnot. The other doesn't.
You're funny.
Well, you say that you can't render judgment on somebody, but you literally said earlier if Mason had actually physically raped the child, that you wouldn't support him.
No, that I don't have the capacity to.
So wouldn't that be you rendering judgment?
No, I'm just letting you know what my capabilities are, bro.
So your cutoff point is jacking it to child porn. That's literally what your cutoff is.
Anything worse than that, it's no go.
I could define my cutoff point, and you guys will define it however you guys want. I could talk about it.
Okay, what is your cutoff point in child exploitation? What is your cutoff point?
Let me start with different things. Like, for example, if I knew that my best friend, I'm not saying Hullo, I'm just saying, let's say my hypothetical best friend out there, my hypothetical best friend committed murder. Just full cold blood murder. It's like, that's really hard to defend. If he committed a crime of passion, where it's like his girl's cheating on him or his wife is cheating on him and sees him in bed, that's a mitigating circumstance. Could I defend him? It's not the best defense, but I could probably be there for him. Like, there's certain degrees and gradations within every type of like serious crime in which I believe one has the capability or capacity to defend someone versus not. And for
what is your thoughts on trans people?
What does that matter, bro?
I'll let you know. What are your thoughts?
Would you be friends with a trans person?
If one of your friends came out and said, I'm trans, and they wanted to transition, would you stay by them and defend them against people?
I'm not going to answer that. That's for damn
Bro, answer.
Wait, whoa. You're not going to answer? So, is that a cutoff point? Is one of your friends turning... Trans is a cutoff point.
I don't believe in make believe. That's how I'll answer it.
So just answer the question.
So you don't
That's
believe in
my
make
answer.
believe, but you don't. So make believe is a no go, but child porn you can defend.
No, I didn't say that.
like-
I just personally wouldn't be friends with that person.
Oh my
So
god!
you will be friends with
I
somebody
will-
jacking into child porn, but
no,
you
no,
won't be
that's not
friends
what I'm
with.
saying. Hold on, that's not what I'm saying.
with a trans woman.
Hold on, chill out. I can at least address people as people. I will always address people as people. I'm not no better than
So
anyone
is a
else.
trans person a person?
I'm just
Wait,
saying.
I have a
of
question.
course they're a person.
Do you still
Anyone-
consider yourself to be
well,
friends with Hullo?
Yeah, why wouldn't I, bro?
Okay, so if Hullo came out as trans, you drop them as a friend. But if Hullo came out as a pedophile that jacks it to children, you will not drop him as a friend.
No, you had asked me a trans
That's
person in
crazy,
general.
bro.
No, bro,
That's
come on.
actually
I
nuts.
specifically
you
said
guys
one of your
He
friends
asked me a
goes
new trans
trans.
person. He didn't say whether if a friend transitioned.
That's
come on,
that's
there's a
literally what I
difference
said.
there,
I said
Dean.
if one of your
There's
friends.
obviously going to be a difference there. If
I
had a
said one of your
pre-existing-
friends.
No, you didn't. You said before. You just said a trans person, bro. So if you said if I had a pre-existing relationship with the trans person or with a person, and then they transitioned, of course I'm
I
still
said if
going to
one of
have a
your boys
relationship with them.
said, "Yo, man,
I'm not going to
you know,
go seek out trans people and be friends with them. Is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, would you continue being friends with one of your
I
friends
wouldn't
if they
seek
came out as
and
trans?
be friends with pedophiles either. I can
Would
also
you
say
continue
that.
being friends with one of your friends if they became out as trans?
Listen, I'm going to answer it this way. I'm not going to seek out friends who are pedophiles. I'm not going to seek out friends who are trans. I'm not going to seek out friends who are.
Okay,
don't
that's
have a
fine if you're not
similar-
going to
Well,
seek
hold
them
on, hold
out.
on,
But I'm saying
hold
if one
on,
of
hold
them
on. Let me
comes
finish,
out to
bro.
me.
I'm
Even
not
say
gonna-
the two in
let
the
me
same
finish.
breath.
Let me finish. I'm not going to seek out friends with a different mindset than me. I'm not going to seek out certain friends of a certain like. There's so many different levels to friendship and stuff, bro.
Okay, so one of your friends right now, he's already your friend. He says, "Hey, I'm a woman trapped in a man's body," and he transitions. Are you dropping him?
Well, no, because I had a pre-existing relationship with him.
Okay, so you'll stay with him.
I'm just not going to
Would you-
seek out.
Okay,
new
would you
people as
defend him?
trans.
Would you? Because you know your community would be going at him like crazy. Would you be defending him on live like you are your other friend? Would you be defending them?
Huh?
Would you defend them on live
Yeah, you know.
Well,
respect your
defend them from
identity.
what? What did they do?
from hate
from trans folks.
from people saying, "Hey, you're not really a man or a woman"? Would you defend them?
I can have my. It's shocking to you guys, but I can have my own personal beliefs about my own personal friend versus my beliefs that I put out there.
So
With
would you defend
someone-
them on live like you are right now?
Brother, I literally just answered your question.
No, you said I can have my own personal beliefs to myself, then separate than what I would put out there. So I'm saying, would you put out there that you're defending them? Yes or no?
That's my answer, bro. How can you not understand that answer?
Okay, my bad. Here, can you put it in more layman terms? I'm
It's not even done, bro. It's
I'm uncultured.
if I had a pre-existing relationship with someone and they did something that I don't necessarily agree with, I can still continue a friendship. But if I'm going to seek out a friendship, I'm probably not going to seek out a friendship where I'm seeking out a friendship with someone who did something wrong from the jump. There's obviously a difference there. You guys
We never said from, but that's not that was never one of the options given. It is your friend. They just transitioned. I'm asking, would you help defend them against people coming at them? Would you defend them? Yes or no?
I just answered that by saying that I would keep my friendship with those people. So
But
know,
keeping
but-
your friendship doesn't mean you can keep a friendship with somebody. Like you could have kept your friendship with Mason and not defended him publicly.
for sure, but listen. When someone's in need, and I can see someone has a pure heart, why not help out that person?
Your heart, he jacked it to kids and ran over a homeless person. You're sick, bro.
His life isn't defined by one incident. Shockingly, Dean. How about
Well, guess
that?
what?
It's defined by
you're-
two
you're a fucking
incidences.
Yeah, it's
You're-
divided by 2. 20. How about 25 max?
You're just being stupid. You're a fucking dick, though. To be honest with you, because you're trying to say that one person.
I don't give a fuck.
Dude, you're saying that one person is one moment in their whole life.
Well,
That's
what I am
unfair.
saying, what
Listen,
I am
okay,
saying,
you know what?
Did you
You run over
are
a
you free
homeless
of sin,
person
Dean?
and you don't
Have you
stop
never
to
made
check
a
up on
mistake in
them.
your life?
You might
Have
be
you
an
never made a
asshole, but I
mistake
can
in your
forgive
life?
that. Then later on,
Have you never
come
made
to
a
find
mistake
out that
in your
you
life?
jacket the kids.
Have you
and
never made a
spread
mistake in your life?
misinformation about your
Are you
ex-girlfriend
defined by
because she
that single
exposed you?
mistake for the rest of your life?
yeah. So I take a mistake.
So
as
okay, so what
something-
mistake do we judge him for? Do we judge him for the?
That's not
the
what I'm not
CP,
talking about.
Or do
what
we
the
judge him
mistake
for
is.
the
I'm asking
running
you
over the
if you made a
homeless
mistake
man?
in life.
Wait, okay,
So-
here. Which one do you think is worse, the CP or the
I'm
homeless
asking.
man?
That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking whether you made a mistake in life.
Yeah.
I have made
then
a mistake. I'm like, yeah.
But I take a
Nathan, hold on,
mistake
hold
to
on.
be
So,
something
JiDion,
bad that you do unintentionally, not like intentionally dragging
What
your kids.
What were you saying, Joe?
hold on. I don't know what this shit is. I don't listen. At least I appreciate that you said that you have made a mistake in your life, but I would never hold you to just that mistake, bro. Like that's unfair of me as a person, even if I don't like you, and you too, Dean. Even if I don't like you, like you apparently said the N word once, and it's
Yeah.
like,
So when I was 14, I did use the
but does
N-word.
that make you a
I
racist? That doesn't
so
make you a racist. Hold on.
yeah, I could
Hold no,
explain this
chill
to you.
out. Let me answer that. That doesn't make you a racist.
Okay.
That just makes you a person who made a mistake, and that doesn't
Okay.
define your whole life. At
Sure.
least, look, JiDion's here talking with you. It's like he's not against you because you're allegedly a
Wait, Dean, you
racist for
said
the
the
rest
N
of your life.
word?
Look how I
I
just
wasn't
almost cooked
racist.
you. I just
Hold on,
cooked
hold on,
you,
hold
bro.
on. I don't want to be on a stage with a racist.
Oh shit.
Just like I don't want to be on stage
Let's.
with a pedo defender. Ugh. What the fuck?
You
I'm
were
on stage with a racist and a pedo
terrible
defender?
people. Two terrible people.
Okay. All
Hey,
right.
thanks,
So
Trent. By the way,
I'll,
keep
I'll I'll
texting.
I'll probably respond to this now. I think that's a good thing. So yeah, when I was 14, I did respond to a white friend that had sent me a
Brother,
Fortnite edit by
you don't
saying,
have to
"Hello,
be such a
Donut,
cuck to explain
my
every incident in your
N-word."
life.
Sure,
You're not
and that
defined by
was
just
bad.
one incident, just so you're aware.
No. What I'm saying is that
You're
was
being a
bad.
cuck.
Well, I think I'd rather be a cuck than a pedo defender.
No,
You know,
dude, I'm not. Literally, just because I
I'm
want to
not. You
defend my
can't even
friend.
fucking deny it because you know it's true.
No, that's not what I'm saying, bro. But you're like, if you want to hold that logic, then you're a racist. And why are you here?
I
With
could tell you why that's false, but you won't let me.
But
You're just straight.
because
You're a
I'm
cuck. You're
saying
a cuck. You're a cuck.
yeah,
You
because
won't
you
even
don't
let me
need
tell
to
you why
say
that's
because
false.
everyone knows better. You're not just that one incident in your life.
Okay,
Okay,
how about
but
this?
if you have one child porn video, it's still unexcusable. But when you have 15 separate videos found on your phone, like when do we get to judge you for like? Do we have to just take all 15 videos as one incident,
Keep
or can
texting,
we
Trent.
judge them individually?
What's that, bro?
Can we? Do we have to judge because this is a fact? They found 15 videos. Do we have to judge the 15 videos inclusive as one incident, or do we have to judge them
That's a good
differently?
question. That's a good question. It just depends on the dates and stuff like that. I think that's a fair question.
Because he would re-up, like I think he re-up 2 weeks later. So he bought from one dude. Then there was another thread that hasn't been made public that I have where he bought from another dude. Those are the two I personally seen.
Listen,
And
I don't know the timelines, so I don't want to like
here,
talk about
here,
it.
I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. This is what
Well,
he told me. He
I don't.
told me on video that he curated his ex to where he would reply to he literally liked the post where it was two girls that looked 10 years old, and the post caption said, "Let us rate your dick." He liked it, and I asked him, "Why did you like that?" And he was like, "Because in the replies they have CSAM links, and you hit on those, and it takes you to Telegram." And he said, "I would like those and interact with those, so that way I could get different CSAM links so I could buy it." That's what he told me. So at what point is it separate incidents or is it all just one inclusive incident?
It's a good question, bro. I think that's a great question.
Okay, in that scenario I just told you, because you know I'm not lying to you, brother to Christ. I promise you, right here in the Bible, God strike me down right now. My soul would be eternally damned. That everything I just said is true, and that is what He said.
Sure, bro.
So
I mean, look, if independently I could talk about it for sure, but I'm not going to talk about it on stream and possibly harm anything with the case. That's the only reason why I keep on answering like this. It's not because I'm stupid. I'm actually the smarter one here and trying to
okay,
say
so
as little as
after
I
this
can.
case is over, will you talk more about it, or are you gonna just drop it?
Yeah, for sure. I could talk more about it if you want me to. Yeah.
Why don't you want to help prosecute him? I mean, you know he's guilty. We know he's guilty. Help us prosecute him.
You know what? I just thought of something actually.
So do you not believe in a public defender, bro, or do you not believe in someone receiving a right to counsel or having defense at all?
He still has a right to counsel, regardless of what you say.
So no, what I'm trying to say is, if you want the people to push for the prosecution as max as they can, why can't people push for the max defense as well? Why are you only on one side, brother?
Well,
Well, I mean,
is he buying a lawyer or is he getting a public defender?
Well, I'm not going to tell you any details.
I want to clarify. There's actually nothing wrong with like him having a lawyer. In fact, I do think that the accused should have lawyers, especially to incentivize the state not to engage in constitutional rights violations. So then the cases are thrown out. That's actually a really important piece that not a lot of people think about, is a really good reason why even the guilty should have a lawyer, is to prevent the state from infringing on the guilty's on the guilty's rights, getting the case thrown out. So that's a good thing.
Well,
But
look at
you're
that.
not
We
his
agree
lawyer.
on one thing,
Like,
bro.
like,
We
do
agree
you
on one
understand
thing.
that you're not his lawyer?
Huh?
You understand you're not his lawyer, right?
That's totally fine. Yeah, but
So
I
now
can
that you
still
understand that you're
I
not
can
his
still
lawyer,
be very
why don't
careful
you
with
help
what
us
I
cross
say.
examine?
I can still be very careful with what I say.
Why?
though.
Why? To help him? Why do you want to help him?
Uh, as much as you believe in the prosecution getting the max prosecution, I believe in the defense getting the max defense. I was
Why?
a defense lawyer because I was a defense lawyer.
You know what this tells me is that he'd be happy with Hullo walking free. That's what it tells me. You'd be happy
Did I
if
say that?
somehow
Did I say
Hullo
that,
walked
bro?
free.
Did I
Yo,
say
if you
that?
weren't,
Did I
if you
say
didn't
that?
want
Did
Hullo to
I
walk
ever say
free,
that?
well, then you would happily help
I
the
never said that.
prosecution.
Hey,
You
bro, I never
did.
said that. No,
You
but you
did.
said the N word. I never said that, but you said the N word, bro.
So yeah, I
Wait,
did say the
and
N
what
word
are the
when I was
triggers?
14, and guess what? He jacked off to 14-year-olds, and you're still sitting up here defending
Nope.
me.
The youngest age was 6.
6. God, dude, that's just gross, man. Like, I don't know. How could you possibly like sit here and say,
You're literally
"Oh,
not
I
even
want to help
listening
his
to anything.
defense"?
Because you're not listening to
Bro,
what I'm saying, bro.
Jeff, would you
You're
be down to
purposefully
hop on my
you're
stream tomorrow?
purposefully obtuse.
Would you be down? You don't have to say any damning statement. Would you be down to hop on my stream tomorrow and I play the video for you?
What's that gonna do, bro? I'm not gonna say it. Like
I
this
know
was
you're not gonna say
original. Wait,
anything. You don't have to
hold on.
say
Can I
anything.
say
I was just
something?
wondering, can I just get you
Let me
on my
say
stream
something. This
and play the
live.
video?
Wait, just so you guys are aware, this live was never supposed to be like this. It was just an update on my life and about the situation. I
Okay,
never
you know
thought
what?
this was
Hold up.
gonna happen.
Earlier you were talking about committing suicide. Like, what
I
brought you to
know,
that
bro,
dark
and that's why I
place?
was just trying to update my followers about that. So listen, I called a Catholic suicide hotline. Genuinely, that's nothing. That's something I'd never do. But guys, if whoever's Catholic in here and whoever needs mental health help, I called the Catholic suicide hotline. It was an older guy who answered, but God bless him, he was a very, very helpful young man or old man. He sounded like a young man because he took everything I said into consideration and he gave me genuine advice and honestly he gave me hope. So sometimes someone just needs hope, and that's what the message I'm trying to put across. I got that hope back in my life. Like genuinely, I turned this phone off. I have 4 phones. The other one I used because I didn't want to call a suicide hotline with this number, and I was driving.
you know who
And
you're not giving hope?
bro,
Survivors of sexual violence.
bro,
That's who
come
you're not giving
on,
hope.
bro. I'm just booting you.
Oh,
at this
I'm
point.
sorry that I'm honest. Womp
Dude,
womp.
it's
Cry
not
about
that.
it. You're a
So you
fucking
have to
bitch.
steal. No, what you have to steal what I'm trying to say, and I'm trying to instill hope
Oh,
in
I'm
others.
sorry that I'm honest. Womp womp. Cry.
Dude,
Are you
that's
gonna
not.
cry?
No,
Can we
I
get
can't.
25 tears max?
Dude, you literally just sound really immature. To be honest with you,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm honest.
you just sound immature as shit. You're just really immature. I was
I'm
talking
sorry.
about.
Yeah, you could call me immature. You can't call me false because you know it's true. You know it is absolutely
I'm not
true
trying
that
to
this
call you
rhetoric
false,
and
but I'm
these
trying to
types
call
of
you
lives,
immature because you
okay,
interrupted
do not
me
give hope
talking
to
about
victims of sexual
me.
violence.
No, shut up, dude. You literally
Can
interrupted
you call me
me
wrong?
You literally interrupted me talking about trying to give people who have really dark thoughts and suicidal thoughts hope. Like that's wild to push that narrative. You can push it after, and I can agree with you after, but at least allow me to finish what I'm trying to say to instill hope in others who've been in a dark spot.
You
Like
can't
there's something wrong with you.
You cannot
You
simultaneously
can't,
be
bro. Can't
defending
you
a
just?
pedophile while attempting
That's ridiculous.
to say,
All I'm trying to do is give hope to others. Let me finish, bro. So
so
all
then
I
stop
did,
defending Preds, bro.
I went on a Catholic suicide hotline. I thankfully got my mental health back. And who would I be? I'd be a terrible role model if I off myself, right? Because then it's like Mason would see that. And it's like, come on, that would be what he would think. And that's why I don't want people to get to the point where they have those dark thoughts. Okay. And you guys are pushing so much hate onto Mason, like to give him these dark thoughts. And that's just not fair. He may have done wrongful acts. And I say may have. I didn't say he did, but he may have done wrongful acts. But that doesn't mean that he deserves to have the worst mental health in his life where he's going to off himself. Come on. Like,
I'm sorry.
we can all care
Actually,
for other human
actions
beings.
have consequences. Action high. Boo fucking who? Listen, I don't care if this is like not PC or controversial. Boo hoo. Actions have consequences. If he gets hate for jerking it to 6-year-olds, then so fucking be it. He should. Because guess what? In society, we need to stigmatize fuckers like him because that's the only thing that we can do to reliably prevent more of them from existing in the future. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. That's how we protect children. And my number one priority here is not protecting Hullo's mental health. It's protecting children.
Jeff, would you come on a prank couch with me?
It depends on the details, to be honest with you.
Like, we're gonna go catch a 18-year-old trading child pornography. Would you come and help?
Like I said, it just depends on details. If you give me the details of something afterward, it just depends on the details.
Okay. You know, this whole conversation has been, just very eye-opening and stuff like that. And you know what? I have to say one thing, man. You have some of the biggest kahunas I've ever seen. Like, I mean, and I just want you to know.
I
And
appreciate that because
I think you know this
obviously
deep down in your heart.
it takes a point for a man to.
Mason would never do this for you.
Yeah, listen.
You going on this limb for him? He would never, and I mean never, do this for you.
Well, you
never.
don't know that, first of all, and,
I do know.
Second of all,
I do know.
appreciate you saying that. No, I mean I don't think you do, bro.
I do
because
know.
people can change.
How long have you even known Mason for?
Well, I don't need to answer any of this stuff, but
You can't even say how long you've known him for.
We've at least we followed each other and stuff like that. I don't have to tell you since when or anything like
Wait,
that.
are you guys like actually friends, or like is it just like
No,
you
I'm
saw
just
a
a
pedo in
fake
need
person.
and you need him?
I'm honestly an apparition. I'm AI, to be honest with you guys. I'm not even real.
Yeah, you got clown. Like, I mean, you have a clown on your face, bro.
I mean, they're doing a good job, I guess. Thanks for the clown. I don't really care, honestly. It doesn't bother me. Genuinely, nothing bothers me.
This is where I'm coming at. You're spending all this time defending him, telling everybody.
Hold on now. Bro, listen, all I did was to come on the live to update about my mental health. I just stayed on longer because you guys are on here. And I'm defending him, of course, because he has a chance to be saved, just like everyone else does.
Okay, yeah, okay. What about this life? Are you trying to save him for this life or the next life?
I hope that everyone reaches eternal life, to be honest with you.
Okay, no. When you are you trying to save him for this life or the next life?
Bro, what kind of question is that? As many lives as possible, I guess. I mean,
So you're also trying to save him in this life, right?
what is the point of what you're getting at, bro?
The point of what I'm getting at is you're saying I'm trying to get everybody to heaven and stuff like that. And that's well and dandy, but the fact is he needs to be in prison for a long time, and you don't want that for him. You don't want him to be in prison for a long time.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
No, your actions have shown.
I can't say what his punishment should be. I think he should be rehabilitated, is what I think, bro.
Exactly. So you think he should get probation? Just say it. You think
I didn't say that, but I think he should be rehabilitated. I think that's
Bro,
the best
you want
thing
him to
for
get probation. You want him to get a suspended sentence, time served, probation. That's what you want.
I just want him to receive the just.
Do you think he should be on the sex offenders list?
I just think he should receive the just punishment. You guys are really doing a great job of trying to clip me.
Well, the just punishment, the max is 75 years. So should he receive 75 years?
I think he should receive the just punishment.
Dude, oh my God, bro. Listen, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and drop JiDion.
Peace out, Dean.
It's a pleasure. Host, last thing I'm gonna say here just before I drop is you've dug your own grave. Your social media career is fucking over, and I'm happy it is. You deserve the hate that you've gotten, and you deserve the hate that you will get. And you are a sad, despicable disgrace to men. A sad, despicable to men.
Just us two, Jeff.
Look, I don't have as many problems with you apparently as I have with him, but at least I appreciate you saying things and you allowing me time for certain things. And at least
Jeff, I really want you to see the full video and all the things he admitted to.
Brother, I've seen a lot and I've known a lot.
But you haven't seen it's 2 hours. Like, Jeff, I would genuinely, man, I would hop on a call with you, not record it or anything, and play you the full 2-hour video.
What's the point, bro?
The point is,
don't you think I've seen it? I mean, what's the point?
No, you haven't seen the 2-hour video.
Well, why do you think that?
How would you have seen it?
I've been staying up. Or are you saying an unreleased video?
The unreleased video.
Oh, okay. I thought you had released it to everybody.
No.
Whatever you want me to do, but listen, that doesn't. It's not going to change the stance that I've been trying to stick to, which is that no one is irredeemable.
When you say irredeemable, I believe everybody can change, but okay. I believe everybody can change the same way that I believe, there's a possibility a rattlesnake can bite me and I won't die. It's a slim chance, but, hey, it's still a possibility.
It's a little
Sex
bit different.
offenders reoffend all the time. I catch sex offenders all the time.
That's a fair statement to make. I'm not against that, and that's sad. That's really unfortunate. But
And
don't you
the crazy
think?
thing, whenever a sex offender is caught,
But
like in
JiDion,
Mason's case, you know what he said about his 10-year-old sister?
what did he say, bro?
You know what he said? He said that he hopes that she turns into a hot anime girl when she grows up.
Well, I think you can understand there's context behind every statement. Obviously, like certain statements people say to troll, certain statements people say in certain different emotions. It just depends on
Okay,
everything
but
that's
isn't
going
that
on
an
at the
alarming
time.
statement to make when your 10-year-old sister
I think that can
is
like yeah,
when you have child pornography and you have a 10-year-old sister?
bro. Here we go again with these narratives that you want to push and stuff.
It's not narrow, bro. But the thing is, though, is like,
No. I'm just saying in the sense that you're trying to get me to say something, and after you phrase a certain specific way, it's like obviously I know what the answer that you want is, and as I see where you want me to go. It's like, but come on, there's a different way to like. I'm trying to say to you, of course, like maybe things said with different emotions at certain times probably aren't the best said. That doesn't mean I don't back up every. I've never said I back up every statement that he's made. I'm not going to just back him up with like willfully ignorant to certain things. I'm going to make sure I take everything into context. But all I want to back up his soul to the point where I know that he's a redeemable human. That's
okay,
what I'm
do
trying to
you
say.
know he had a video in his phone where a grown man was putting his genitalia into what the prosecutors, I mean the detective said is either a 6 or 8-year-old girl, and the girl was screaming in pain, and she covered her face and began to cry. How does that make
Honestly,
you feel hearing that
see,
video?
I hearing about any of that type of stuff is very sad. I condemn all that type of content, bro.
Okay,
Genuinely, I
I
condemn
know
all
you
that type
do,
of content
but
because,
the thing
like
is
I said,
though,
that's why I made the app that I
so
did.
you condemn it, but your homeboy admitted to jacking it to that.
But okay, once again, I'm gonna stick to this. The sin is different from the sinner. Hate the sin, give help and hope to the sinner. And
But what has he done to show repentance?
we've had personal talks, and I think, hold on, JiDion, I think he definitely needs some guidance as far as that goes. I think he needs to get associated with the church, and I'm okay. Like that's because I'm Christian and stuff, and I'm Catholic.
So do you think it would be best for him to be around kids?
Well, I never said that. I'm not going to make a judgment on that. Do I think it'd be best around kids? It's just like I think what would be best for him. I can at least say a good environment. A good environment would be like self development in isolation. Like we need to work out together. We need to get stronger mentally together. Stuff like that.
But
And I think that's fair.
he's on roids. He's on roids. He works out. All of this. He does the looks max and stuff. He had a girlfriend. Literally has everything in life, and he still is attracted to children. So what is work? What is working out? What is it that
I don't
you're
know
going to be
whether he's
doing?
attracted to children or not. Just because someone sees something, I don't know whether that's an attraction or not. And you don't know that judgment either. And it's like, because we've all seen some weird stuff in our lives, we've looked twice at things because it's like, oh, that's weird as shit. For that,
Okay,
we don't
here
look at
I'll ask you this.
attraction.
Okay, you say it's one thing you watch something, but would you jack it to something that you're not attracted to?
Listen, I just don't even do that stuff. To be honest
I
with
know
you,
you don't watch porn, and that's great. But I'm saying hypothetically, would you jack it to something that you're not attracted to?
I think my capacity to do that is different from someone else's capacity. Someone could be more morally depraved. I'm just not going to do that.
Yeah,
So
someone could
I
be,
see what you're getting
and
at.
that's the point. The point that I'm trying to get at
Yeah, I
is
see what you're getting at.
okay. Like, is your dick gonna get hard for a dude?
No,
Okay, it's gonna get hard for a woman, right?
for sure.
Okay, and like a gay dude, his dick's not gonna get hard for a woman, but it's gonna get hard for a dude. And a
Probably.
pedophile, his dick's gonna get hard for a kid.
See, I mean, most pedophiles probably. I guess so. I
So his
can't.
dick got hard for a kid, and he jacked it.
Well, I'm not going to speak on specifics with him, but I'm going to say with most pedophiles, for sure, you're probably right.
So the point that I'm getting at is, you're saying I don't know if it's an attraction to kids. How is it not an attraction to kids? And you got people in your
I just,
comments. What do you think about these people saying Chad does what Chad wants?
oh, I don't agree with that. Listen, multiple, like I can hold right wing beliefs for certain things and left wing beliefs for certain things. Saying Chad does what Chad wants is just some stupid TikTok language in which it like implies that men can avoid accountability in situations. But then again, I'm on also the other side of the spectrum where women can't just avoid accountability for things too. So I think people need to be held accountable for everything, and that's why I'm saying I can condemn the sin, I can condemn the person who has done the wrongful act, but I can also have hope and faith that they're going to change, that they want to change, if they show a willingness to change, if they have an open heart. That's all the
But you keep
point
on
is.
saying accountability. Accountability is admitting when you're wrong. And
For sure, yeah.
and you know the crazy thing about it is he was too afraid to even apologize to her. We asked him right then, would you want to apologize to her? And he said no. He was too afraid.
Yeah, I can't speak on that personal situation, why that may be, bro.
But what I'm saying is that's not taking accountability.
No, that's not taking accountability to your definition of accountability in that specific situation. I don't know why that may be. He's spoken to me about taking accountability.
He's spoken to you. Okay, listen. When I catch Preds all the time, they always talk about I'm gonna delete everything. Da, 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 da. Bro, he can tell you every good thing he wants, but what actions is he doing?
He's praying, he's trying to get closer to God, and then hopefully, like, we'll be working on self-development, self-improvement, mindset. It all starts there, bro. I don't see how that's stuff to be condemned. That's good stuff. You want someone to be better in their life.
But what I'm trying to figure out is why do you have to get outed for being in the CP to start wanting to improve your life?
You don't have to. I agree with you. It should start sooner, but typically, a lot of people reach a point where they hit a really traumatic phase in their life, and then that's when they realize they have to change. So unfortunately, that may be how it has to be right now.
And it really is because you know what? I'm happy that the law enforcement took this seriously because if he hadn't been arrested, people would have had the guise of people. Oh, he got set up. Da 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 da. And it's like even his quote unquote fan base, even they admit that he did it. They just don't care.
I wouldn't say I can't speak on behalf of his fan base and stuff like that, bro. That's
You
not
see it
fair.
in this chat. Chat does what Chat wants.
Well,
Who
I
cares?
just said I don't agree with that, and I don't think that's a good message to put out for young men. I'm not
It's
here
not
to
a good
put that
message to
message
put out for
out.
young men, but it's also not a good message to put out to young men of, hey, when someone just first gets in this situation, to be right by their side throughout it. You see,
No,
I
no,
would
no, no, no,
understand
no,
if
no,
you didn't know
no.
about the
Wait, no, no,
situation
no,
and you
no.
wanted to be there for a
Oh,
friend.
wait, hold on. I see what you're saying. No, he sufficiently told me about everything to the point where I realized that my friend is in need. He needs help. He needs someone to be there for him, and he needs someone to guide him toward a better
If you would
life.
have did that K. Shami interview, would he have admitted to everything?
Wait. What do you think about what I just said, though? What said was pretty fair, don't you think?
Him admitting to everything?
No. What I was saying, don't you think it was pretty fair?
Like him taking accountability and stuff like that to you?
Okay, well, I guess you didn't listen to the full
My
thing.
bad. Here, repeat. Okay, repeat it for me one more
Yeah,
time.
I'm
My
not
bad.
trying to gotcha or anything like that. I'm just saying the information that I knew was sufficient at the time for me to realize that my friend needed help. Let me finish. He needed help. He was someone that could be saved. He was someone that could be guided toward a better life. And it's that he knew he made a mistake, so he needs someone to be there for him.
Okay, so he needed someone to be there for him. So, I, so what is that? Why does you be having to be there for him? You having to play defense as well.
What do you mean, bro?
You're over here like, oh, you guys are going too hard on him and stuff like that. This is children we're talking about, bro.
I didn't say you're going too hard. I'm saying you're pushing a certain narrative when he has an active court case, and I'm just trying not to make anything worse.
For him, right?
Huh?
You're trying not to make anything worse for him, right?
For the court case.
Okay. So, but the court case for him. So am I making it worse by putting out there what all he said and ruining public perception? Am I making it worse?
Whatever's in the police report, I think, is obviously most fair to the case.
No, I'm talking about the stuff, not just the police report, the stuff that I'm putting out there, like stuff we
Well,
recorded.
whatever got into the police report from the stuff that you put out there is obviously fair and reasonable.
Okay, so if it's fair and reasonable, then why can't, if it's fair and reasonable, wouldn't it be fair and reasonable for you to acknowledge it?
I did acknowledge it.
You haven't, because you keep on saying you don't want to affect the case.
Yeah, I'm not going to say specific things, but I've acknowledged it. I don't. It's like, what's the point of this anymore?
The point of this is, it looks like you're defending a pedophile.
I feel like we've been on here for, what has it been, 3 hours or something? Jeez, oh man.
I don't know how long you and Dean were talking before, but it's just like, I don't understand why you're tarnishing your career when you even have your whole own fan base turning against you. For a dude that you know wouldn't do this for you, bro.
That's fine, because I know
Mason's
the
a very
truth.
selfish person.
I know the truth of what I'm sticking to. At the end of the day, I'm just trying to promote the teachings of Jesus. And if you want to hate on me for that, if you want to unfollow me for that, then fine. Do whatever. But I'm trying to do, it's like Jesus was publicly condemned. I'll take the hit. I don't give a shit.
But was Jesus innocent, yes or no?
Huh?
Wasn't Jesus innocent?
But it didn't mean he didn't surround himself with sinners, and he was trying to make them better, bro. And so that's all.
Jesus was condemned, but he was innocent.
But you're missing the point. The point is that I'm trying to help others see that no one's beyond redemption, and I'm not saying that justifies actions that are done before that. That means avoid accountability. That means no. You like take your life more seriously. Do the best that you can. Like try to make your life the best that you can.
I don't know if he told you, but I talked to him about Christ too. I told him, I don't know how much he told you, but I told him, hey, if that cross on your chest means anything, you need to bear it. I was
he is going to bear his cross, brother. I think that's he has to bear his cross now.
Bearing his cross would be, it's wrong that after he got outed, instead of just taking responsibility for it, he started a smear campaign against Liv. That is horrible.
I don't think he started a smear. I can't. Look, I don't know what his intent was with a smear campaign. They're tarnishing each other with what they're doing, brother. Like you can admit that both sides are tarnishing. It's like I just wish most couples in this world had the capacity to just deal with.
How is she tarnished? She's tarnished for exposing him.
Bro, you're just not even trying to listen at this point.
But I'm asking. Okay, genuinely,
can we get
I
to
know
an
how he's
agreement
tarnished.
at the
How
end?
is she
Because
tarnished?
I think I've been on here for like 3 hours. Can we get to an agreement?
Okay, can you tell me how she's tarnished?
Can we get to an agreement over something?
Okay, what's the agreement?
I just want to get to an agreement so we can end on a good note.
Okay. Does he deserve prison time?
He deserves whatever punishment is just.
Okay, would you accept if he got a maximum sentence, would you accept that and say it's just?
I guess that's what the court has deemed just, and I would just try to help my friend however I can. It's like, if he needs that's probably going to be hard on his mental, right? So I'm going to just try to instill in him keep on working on your mental, bro, and stuff like that.
All right, man. Well, I guess we'll just have to leave it at that, man.
All right, I guess we'll talk another time, meet in person.
Hey, man, I'll see you at court.
All right, appreciate you.